Hello, adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends, a D&D live stream where the friends are beginning to wonder if their DM is literally trying to kill them, and other whimsical bits of ephemera. And speaking of the friends, let's check out this week's episode of Grognard and Friends. When last we left the friends, they were deep within the sewers beneath Seven Rivers. Continuing their search for missing children, the friends had had what looked like a sludge of liquid stone poured down from the ceiling on them of a large room that they had just entered, covering them in what appeared to be a thick, wet ooze of liquid stone that proceeded to burn off much of their skin and their hair, as well as dissolve most of the metal that they had on their person, especially their armor and weapons. After backing away from the sludge-filled room and taking a long rest, the group continued on and found a strange and ancient tunnel leading downwards, where they found a small child standing next to a fast-moving stream. Okay, friends, so what you have before you that you've come across is the smooth path that has been leading you downward at an angle. Basically comes down, curves around to the right, but straight ahead, most of the floor of what seems to be a 20-foot room to the opposite wall, and you can't see the full size of the room now until you get past the entrance, except for Gaius, who's down by the child, I believe. The child is standing in a couple inches of water amongst a bunch of stone and, river stones and such. It seems that this room had actually been partially flooded. And there was a very large entrance in the northwestern corner that when you look through, there is, on this side of the archway, is a large whirlpool actually within the room you're in. And that is what this child seems to be focused on. On the other side of that archway appears to have been a 20-foot wide hallway that now seems to be a swiftly moving stream. So I know Gaius had gone down to the child and basically was right there. Gaius, what are you doing, if anything?
I think, who else came down with me?
I think it was me.
Okay. Yeah. I knew there was at least one other person nearby.
Okay.
Well, I kind of don't want this kid to jump into the whirlpool because it's giving me that vibe of, he's kind of, I won't lie, he's kind of creeping me out right now.
Grab them.
I guess someone just make sure I don't die? And he just kind of shrugs his shoulder and is like, and he's reaching toward the kid to, gently move him away from the whirlpool.
Okay, the minute you touch this child, you feel a shiver go through his body. Are you in front of him or behind him?
I was kind of off to the side, because Viv and I think you approach from the side, basically.
You flank the child. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so
yeah.
From where you're standing,
we're flanking.
You're flanking the child.
On the child.
Flanking the child.
Child Services says that's very reassuring. You see the child's eyes go wide and immediately starts moving forward towards the whirlpool.
Nope. Then I definitely stop him.
How?
With my hands.
Okay.
Grab him and be
okay.
Whoa there.
He's not struggling, but it's like he continues to try to lean forward and head towards it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, anyone? Ideas, questions, comments, concerns?
I'm
Did I
gonna
get the
kneel
rope back from
down.
Reed? Should we try to tug him back, or?
Well, let's back away from the whirlpool just a little bit, and then
Back.
oh gosh, I guess I can try
Do we
some
need
stuff.
to tie him up?
It's actually not a terrible idea.
Do you
Has our
think
rope
that
survived
is-
fall?
Do you think if I cast Ray of Frost on the general water area, it could at the very least slow things down, freeze things maybe?
I mean, you could certainly try. I mean, physics-wise, that does it. I'm sure it would make it sluggish for a little bit. The water's going pretty quick, though, right, Paul?
Right.
I'm
I
going
mean, I'm
to
not
attempt to
shooting your
turn
idea
the
down.
kid around.
Okay. They do turn around, but their head keeps arching over their shoulder, looking in the direction of the whirlpool. But Trumpet, give me a Arcana check. That would be under intelligence.
That's a 12.
Okay, that's enough to tell you that you do know that you could cast Ray of Frost, but what would happen is because it's not like a massively powerful spell, you would probably freeze a section of water that would probably just continue moving on or break apart depending on the force of the stream or the whirlpool. It would not it would not cover an area large enough to actually have the effect that you're talking about.
Okay, well, so much for that idea.
It was a good idea, though.
I'm just gonna
get them
keep
sometimes.
attempting. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep attempting to get the kid to look at me. So I'll gently, I'll touch his cheek to bring his head to me again to see if I'm dear, look at me. And if he keeps looking away, I'll keep doing that.
Okay, you do that, and he will turn his head that way, and he never actually seems to focus on you. It's always like he's looking through you, and then after a moment, the eyes will slowly shift back towards the whirlpool again. And every time you touch him, you do feel like a shiver go through his body.
Well, I could try a few magical things first. Someone want to hold him while I need my hands free.
Okay, before you do anything, just now that everyone's kind of down around the child.
Yes.
So the room is about 20 feet north-south with this whirlpool in the northwest corner of it by that 20-foot arch. The room east-west is probably about 40 feet wide. You kind of came in the southern side about 20 feet off the western wall. Okay. And if you look, and all of that is flooded, and where you're standing kind of floods for about another 10 feet or so. And it's all it's all these river stones that have washed into this room from the archway. The smooth path that you took down here goes along the southern wall, seems to go out a 10-foot arch in the southern part of the eastern wall. You can actually see that it then curves north again behind the wall, just so you have an idea of how this setup is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going as a ritual to cast Detect Magic. And basically, I'm first going to investigate the child and then the whirlpool. If the kid was, say, enchanted,
yes,
he would glow, kind of, give off a light. If the pool of water was magical in some way, it would glow a bit. It's basically I'm trying to determine magic, yes or no.
Yeah, he gives
or something
off
else.
I'm trying to think if this particular thing would be considered magic. I guess it would. We'll say that he gives off a faint glow. The water does not.
Okay. Well, kids' magic. I know everybody's parent says their child's special and magical, but this one actually has magic affecting it.
Affecting.
Pool of water, not magic, so that's a thing. Maybe wherever it takes you, magic. I don't know. Oh, gosh.
Should I tie him up now?
No.
Oh, we should definitely make sure he doesn't
here.
escape.
Yeah, I've got him.
Okay. Well, if we need to let go of him, you definitely should tie him up. I don't want to see a child drowned.
I don't want to see.
We've got a good
tied
hold
up
on him,
either.
Reed. Don't worry.
I don't want to. I don't want to tie him up for bad things. Just to he seems like he's going to go into the
I
whirlpool. I don't want.
He's
I
okay.
We know.
We're strong. We've got it.
Eldred says,
don't wanna-
phrasing.
I don't want to ask what you meant by bad things. I'm just going to assume, like
Like a prisoner.
Held for
a
ransom.
prisoner.
Yeah, no, we don't. Nikita and I have
Anywho,
it. It's fine.
I'm going to take this particular discussion in a different direction now. The stuff I can do does not remove magic. So,
Does it
guys
just
turns
fall
to
off?
Eldred. How about you?
What sort of things did you have in mind?
I'd to be quite honest, like I know some wizard types can sometimes stop a magic spell from happening or interrupt one. I wasn't sure if that was in your repertoire yet.
Yeah, I don't think I'm quite there yet, he says.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think. I mean, I could hit the kid in the head lightly.
No.
Maybe knocking him out will remove it. I don't know what this.
What about
Listen,
the
you should be
lost
glad I'm
child
not.
for right now?
You guys should be glad I'm not breaking out leeches to suck the bad blood out of them. All right. God.
Well, how old
Potentially
does this
stupid-
child appear?
Also, I don't think. Where's my jar of leeches? Damn.
What was that,
Can
Vivalda?
we just
How old does the child appear?
Probably somewhere between 8 and 12.
We're not hitting this.
I have a potentially stupid question, but would attempting, it's not on my technological listing, but I've used it before, would attempting to charm the child, like, work if he's already affected by magic?
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I mean, it could interrupt the other magic. It's out of my realm of experience, to be quite honest. I mean, one, it could interfere with it, or it could, cancel each other out, depending upon if it's. I don't, Paul, I didn't get a vibe of, like, a school in particular. I know but it's nothing dark or light. And it was just just magic.
Yeah. Yeah, you think it might be similar to like a charm,
Okay.
but it's not
mean-
a charm, but it might be similar.
I mean, BT, if you want, give it a whirl. I mean, for the most part, my idea is tie the kid up with. I agree with Reed to make sure he doesn't drown himself.
Okay,
am wise.
well, then the child would need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, what's the where are they
Children
looking?
known for the wisdom.
What are they looking to?
Typically, it's around 15, I believe.
Okay,
Reed leans over to Nikita. You should probably check the kid for weapons.
we're on it,
Oh.
Reed. I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
Just checked. DC is 13.
okay.
Has Reed seen a human child before? Does he know that they're not adults?
He has. He's also seen them attack Butt Trumpet in the marketplace. So we're a
I
little
see.
twitchy with some kids.
Understandable.
Plus, if-
All right.
And
If
he's
this kid's like ensorcelled, he might be like, gonna stab us in the back.
Oh,
okay. Butt trumpet.
I've
Do you?
I've seen weird stuff with guys. Magic.
Eldred says Reed has had a number of less than positive experiences with children.
I see.
Not entirely his own fault.
Not entirely.
There's a
Yeah,
couple
that's
times where he's
debatable.
like, "Kids, let me teach you a lesson," and then they're like, and then he rolled terribly, and was like, "Oh, never mind. They're gonna beat me up now."
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, what I was saying before was I know I've cast this before, but it's not a clickable option in Foundry, so I
Right.
can't click it into existence.
No problem. So you've cast the spell. What do you do next?
I'd like to look into the eyes of the child and say, "Hey, we would love it if you would step away from this whirlpool and come with us."
The child staring like in the direction of the whirlpool, the eyes you see looking up and into this face, the eyes dilate a little bit, and then slowly the head looks down towards you, tilts to one side briefly, quizzically, and then starts to take a couple steps backwards.
No.
Nope,
I'm gonna
not
hold him in
moving.
place.
Yeah.
The whirlpool is... Oh, okay, so I forgot. They're facing away now?
Yeah,
No.
I have him facing us, essentially.
Okay, well, he started walking away from the whirlpool. My mistake. I forgot that he was turned around. So his head came around, looked down towards Butt Trumpet, tilted, and then started walking forward past Butt Trumpet a few steps.
All right. Well, that's
This
away
is
from the
good.
whirlpool.
Hey, it worked.
Let's follow.
Well, I mean, you
very
just
good.
told him to go away from it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
What?
I'm just saying, we
Can we tell
came
them
from
to
that
return
direction.
to the surface?
Oh, I don't think you should do that.
Maybe he knows where the other kids are.
Oh, yes.
Now might be a good time to ask him.
Pardon
Mhm.
me. We've been looking for other children. Have any of your friends or people you know or other children been around here that you've seen?
You see the eyes dilate again, the lower lip quiver a little bit, and then you see tears start to form in this child's eyes.
Oh, I hug them.
Their
It's
arms
okay.
slowly come up and wrap around you, and the tears just begin to flow.
Oh no!
As
Well,
high
these
as I
are
can
all good
reach,
signs.
I rub the kid's back. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna move
We're
its
nice.
hair just out of the way.
And they
Take your
just
time.
they begin to just weep.
Oh dear. Okay. Somebody help me out here.
Oh, no, you got that whole...
Dear, what's your name?
And they continue to just kind of look at Butt Trumpet.
Can you ask
I
him his
believe,
name?
Butt Trumpet, you are the person who needs to be asking the questions.
Lovely. Feel free to extend any further questions to me, and I will relay.
Yes.
Pardon me.
Although
Do we know?
Gaius knows who this child is.
Oh, yeah.
Do we know that Gaius knows?
I don't know.
Does
Butt Trumpet,
guys
can you
remember
ask him
taking
his
notes
name?
about this kid? Oh, yeah.
Tommy Carthage.
Yes, I was about to say, even Viv took that note.
I don't know where my notes are from last week.
Okay,
the kid
okay,
with a really
then
bad
what
talking
you
head?
know is it's Tommy Carthage.
So, hey, am I? They cut out real quick. I heard murmur, murmur.
Bacchus spoke to you and said,
Yes. Ignore all information. Yes, Lord.
Bacchus said, redundancy is futile.
Yes. Well, oh, Tommy. Hey, you remember me?
Tommy.
I threatened to hurt your father.
That
Hey.
is. Oh.
Oh, no, his dad's trash.
Maybe don't mention that when he's crying already.
Yeah.
Oh, no, his dad, I'm pretty sure, strikes him.
should
He-
we ask how
he's-
he got here?
Well, I don't.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes.
Is he interacting at all when I say his name or anything, Paul?
No, not at all, actually. He just kind of is focused on Butt Trumpet, and the weeping is beginning to subside.
Well,
But
ball's back in your court, Bud Trumpet. His name's Tommy. His dad, even though knowing that kids have been going missing, has specifically sent his kid to the edge of the pit to throw out trash by himself on the regular. He is
Maybe
not good.
perhaps we shouldn't discuss this in front of him.
I'm almost certain he's not retaining much of this, if any.
I just want to be sure. Can
Oh,
you
yeah.
ask Tommy how he got here and where others might be,
Yeah.
perhaps again?
Tommy, do you know how you got here? And if so, would you mind telling us?
His head just kind of tilts and he just continues to stare at you.
So talking doesn't seem to
Maybe
be
you should
working.
introduce yourself. I think he's confused. Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Tommy, I kind of hold out my hand even though he's hugging me. Tommy, my name is Butt Trumpet.
And he just takes your hand and nods a little bit.
Yeah. See, we're all your friends. We want to help you. And the best way for us to help you is for you to let us know how you got here and whatever you could remember, maybe.
As you say how you got here, his head turns towards the descending path that all of you came down, and then turns back to look at you again, Butt Trumpet.
You came that way?
He nods ever so briefly.
Okay. Okay, so we can ask yes or no, maybe. Potentially.
Alright.
Have any other... You can nod your head yes or shake it no to the things I say if you like. Is yes, no? Understand?
Nods. He nods.
Okay. Have you seen other children come this way, the way you've come? Here?
He shakes his head no.
Okay.
And you do see a little bit of a tear well up in one of his eyes again.
Okay. It's all right. It's okay. Like, it's not okay, but you're okay.
You're going to be okay.
Yes.
Why did... that's not a yes or no. Did he follow someone down here? Or was he called down here?
Did you follow somebody down here?
His eyes... The best way to describe it is he seems to be thinking about that and seems to be struggling with that question a little bit.
Were you told to come down here?
He relaxes a little bit and nods.
Okay.
Maybe
Did
ask
you-
if he's seen anyone?
Yeah, I was going to say, did you see who told you to come down here?
He shakes his head no.
Okay. Did you just hear a voice?
He nods.
Okay.
Does he know the voice, or what did the voice say?
Did you recognize the voice?
The head kind of goes back and forth. It's not shaking like no, it's more kind of bobbing back and forth on the neck, kind of like...
Kind of?
And then nods at that a little bit.
And maybe ask if he has seen other children. Like, at all. He said you didn't see them come this way, but has he seen other children?
Okay. So, you haven't seen any other children come this way?
And he shakes his head no.
Okay. horse. Angry horse. Very, very
Yeah.
angry horse.
Very, very sick horse. There's a horse in the
Gotta-
sewers.
Gotta love my neighborhood
Phantom
sometimes.
of the Opera. Anyway, have you seen children down here?
And he
At
shakes his
all?
head no.
No. Okay.
How about we might need to, if none of these, then if he could point out what was he being forced to go into the whirlpool? Basically, I don't necessarily want to let him go, but obviously I'd seen him above ground a couple days ago, and
What about the way
so
out?
might
he
be
know?
the most recent disappearance. So where he's going, the kids might have went. So if we can somehow get him to guide us.
Tommy,
Like in the whirlpool?
can you point to where you were told to go?
He looks over his shoulder and points in the direction of the whirlpool.
Okay. Well, I don't think we want to lead him in there.
No.
So,
Gaius and Nikita, give me a perception check, please.
All right.
Does he know the way out from here, by chance?
do you want me to hold off on asking that, or
Nice.
can I ask it now?
You can. Gaius, you notice.
I see all.
Not quite how that works, but you notice.
But you're willing to let me see.
Eldred seems very nervous and keeps looking back at the way you came, as well as the other exit out of here and towards the whirlpool. Just kind of is seeming a little skittish after this has gone on for a little bit.
Eldred, bud, what's up?
Well, just after everything we've been through, the idea of just kind of hanging in one place for a while just doesn't. It makes me nervous. That's all. I'm just keeping an eye out.
Gotcha. Okay, so obviously we're not going to go for a dip in the old whirlpool. So Paul, you said there's another exit across the water.
There is what looks to have been a hallway through that archway on the other side of the whirlpool. And that hallway is now this swiftly moving stream.
Gotcha.
And then the path that you came down that curved to the right, just as you entered this kind of partially flooded room, goes to the end of the room through another archway and curves north. And it then goes behind the wall of this room, north.
Okay, so we got one path that goes north, and then the quick flowing stream goes east.
East. It's going east from west. Direction west to east.
Yeah, west to east. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, we've got this kid. The one direction we did get from our furrier friends did say if we continue to head in a northerly direction, we should find the rest.
All right.
So perhaps we follow that path, because the child is obviously
Catatonic.
is ensorcelled now, but was ensorcelled before. So I don't know how much more info we're going to get out of him.
Charm person lasts for an hour.
Oh, well, good. So we definitely got to keep an eye on him after the hour then, because he might come wandering back.
Maybe if you want to hold his hand, maybe you
Yeah.
could ease him a bit. And,
Yeah, also keep him in the middle of the group.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
my spot.
He can go with you.
We still like you.
Okay. Okay.
I take Tommy's hand. I look at him.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
And I say, Tommy,
He looks at you.
we're all going to go this way, and I gesture to the direction. I'd
Okay.
like it if you could follow us, all right? Stay close to me. And I'm still holding his hand.
Okay.
So if we all make our way, then I'm anticipating he will follow.
Yes. So which direction do you head?
North.
The north.
To the
Passage.
north. Yeah.
Okay. So you go
There he
through.
is.
You go through the eastern wall, the archway in the southern part of the eastern wall on the path that you've come down. Butt Trumpet, with you leading him, he does come along with you when you ask him to, although he does periodically look over his shoulder back towards the whirlpool.
No. Stay
Does
stay
he
with me.
hear?
Hmm?
Does-
Nikita?
I was just going to ask if he still hears the voice.
Oh, Tommy, are you still hearing the same voice that told you to come down here?
He stops, kind of, his eyes kind of look up a little bit like he's thinking, and then kind of shakes his head no.
Let's keep going.
Okay. You go through the arch. The path goes about 10 feet north and then slowly curves northeast a little bit and goes about 40 to 50 feet before it turns north again. Gaius and Nikita, give me a perception check, please.
That's so weird.
Perception. Dirty 20.
Okay. Gaius, what you notice, what was, okay. Gaius, you notice as you turn north, the path goes about 20 feet and collapses, kind of.
Oh.
All of you hear water rushing. With your light, Gaius, and you're in the front, what you notice is this.
Okay.
The path stops not naturally. It's like it's all crumbled at the end, as are the walls alongside. Into Whereas what you saw before seemed to be a little stream that was moving swiftly, this is a full-blown river that's like 55, 60 feet across, estimating. And it's moving really fast. And you hear crashing water and a large roaring of water sound to the eastern direction out of sight of what you can see. In that direction. Okay?
Oh my.
So go
So
on.
Paul,
Yes.
just to get the picture in my head better, would I imply that the direction of the whirlpool water, like running east to west, would be feeding into this or not?
Yes, you definitely think that's a strong possibility.
Well, uh-oh. And
And
it's
as a,
collapsed. How far is
okay,
it? Like,
so here's what I was going to tell you.
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You notice that, like, the path, this stone path has dropped into this river. The walls along the side have also collapsed into this river. You look across the river, you can see where the path picks up, but it has also collapsed there as well as most of the wall on either side of that, for as far as your light can see. It looks like basically erosion and the power of this water has significantly widened this river. And one of the things you notice that is very interesting is about 20 feet to the east of the continuation of the path on the opposite side of the river, the wall that has crumbled away has revealed part of what looks like the corner of a stone building structure almost, and on one and alongside of it seems to be what looks like a giant marble part of a head. Like you see the head as if you're looking at it like you're looking straight ahead, and this head might be looking down and to your right significantly. So you see the top part of the one half of the head, the other, which then disappears into the stonework, into the wall that has crumbled. You see it comes down. You see part of an eye and part of an ear. It looks like it has some sort of headdress that has a band going down just above the ear and then kind of swoops back into the crumbled wall. It's a very large piece of white marble with black veins within it. But it looks like this wall has crumbled away to reveal part of an actual building of which this statue was attached to.
Well, isn't that neat? And there's no easy path to get there. Just, hey, how's everybody swimming? Like, can you do it? Or is this...
Fairly good, but not ideal in these conditions.
No, I would agree.
That water sounds really fast.
Yeah, and Reed, give me a perception check.
There's almost certainly a waterfall somewhere down yonder.
Oh.
Hey, I get the reroll.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
right,
Oh,
you're
yeah, halfling
halfling.
Halfling luck. That was not good. Not much better, but a 7.
Okay. You just hear a loud roaring and crashing of water. The closer to Gaius you get.
Yeah, hey, we should probably just, like, scooch back a bit. Because we got no hallway.
And as you do that, a little bit of the stone crumbles beneath your feet right at the edge where you were as you kind of step back.
How fortuitous.
Just like a little crumbling, nothing that it wouldn't have like dropped out from under you or anything. It was just you just hear some pebbles kind of drop and plink into the water.
Depends on how many party members we got to stand in one spot.
It's this new game of Party Jenga.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, oh gosh. So we got, I mean, that statue's pretty cool over there, and, I mean, I've heard enough plays that apparently some people can survive dropping down a waterfall.
Nikita, give me a perception check. You just hear a loud rushing of water and some what also sounds like crashing of water, but you have no idea what direction.
Can I see anything about the statue he's talking about, or is it
Yeah, you can
too far?
You the light plays upon it, so you can see it. It from this distance you can't make out a lot of details. What you can make out is that the statue is definitely really great craftsmanship. You just see kind of the corner part of a building which looks unlike other structures you've seen, just with the way the stonework is. And from a little guess, you would say it's probably pretty old. Like, your guess is that it's like really old.
I don't happen to recognize the statue or the face, do I?
You only get you're getting a quarter of a face.
The dwarf can try.
Yeah, the eyes are a little almond shaped. The nose is not real prominent from where you're looking. It's kind of like where normally you would see it kind of slope from between the eyes a little bit. You notice the beginning of the slope just below that where it's hitting the water. And you can tell also because there's a little bit of a disruption as the water's flowing in that over that section.
But what are our options at this point? We cannot retrace our steps. How do we find more children or get out of here?
Well, yeah,
They must
'cause-
have. What if the whirlpool led here?
Then led to the river?
You get
Actually,
sucked down
I'd
the
like to-
whirlpool.
Riverside?
I'd like to look at Tommy and gauge if he's reacting to seeing any of this.
He
Maybe any form-
he just has that glazed look again.
Okay, I had hoped that any kind of reaction from him might have indicated something. Okay.
Maybe you should splash some schmist on his face.
No.
Old schmist, the cologne of the sewers.
Reed, this child has not done anything to you personally now, has he? I'm getting worried.
Well, no, I just thought maybe a little, water on the face. Wake you up.
Okay, just checking.
I don't know if I would have further traumatized the child.
By the
I
way,
believe I
guys,
have.
when you were up at the edge by the crumbled part of the path, it from the edge of the path that was crumbled, it's a good 20 to 30 feet down to the actual surface of the water.
Yeah. No. And you said like all the walls are pretty much eroded and gone as well.
Oh yeah, they look like soil that, just soil and stone and everything that just kind of has eroded away and probably would just break away super easily.
Yeah. Gaius is like looking through his bag. He's like, I still have a few pitons and some rope. Anybody else?
May I take a
have
look?
anything?
I'm
okay, yeah,
fairly
please, be
good
my
at
guest.
climbing. Yeah.
There's not much of anything to hold on to.
I'm going to take a look over the edge and see if there's any cracks in the walls that maybe might make good climbing points so that I could safely climb down or slide down.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
What about, and this is a terrible idea, I admit,
13.
Okay.
who's the best swimmer? Should we put a rope on them and see what the whirlpool does?
A rope, and I would recommend not doing that.
At this point, what's our choices, though? That's
I feel as
What
though
have we
if you
got?
tie a rope around a person and then put them through a whirlpool, if the whirlpool takes them longer than, let's say, 50 feet of rope, then that's going to really hurt.
So
Or
Vivalda,
drown.
you look,
Or drown.
you too hear this crashing of water just beyond the light to the eastern part at where the river is headed. Like
Okay.
it is a loud, booming crashing of water.
Okay.
The water is also moving very swiftly. It is in this kind of location. It just looks black. The water just looks black because
I can't see anything even with my dark vision.
well, Gaius's light is kind of disrupting that. But what you do see
Okay.
is if the water was shallow, you could maybe see some glint off the bottom or something, and you'd be able to see some layer of translucency. But this is just black, kind of like when you look at the ocean at night off a boat. It's black. It's moving fast. All of the walls around here look like any stonework that was originally done has washed away, and all that's left is soil and rock.
Okay.
And it's really what you would guess, and Nikita, you probably could guess this too. This erosion has been going on for decades and has really worn back away. You would guess that this probably, Nikita, you probably, both of you might be able to tell this. You could probably assume that the original river might have been 20, 25 feet wide, maybe even 30, but has just from flooding and of stuff has basically eroded away whatever the stonework was that was encapsulating this river, so much so that it even broke through walls of tunnels from the room you were in and then blew out the other side of that tunnel. And so, Vivaldo, what you can kind of tell is there is really nothing to hold on to, because if you try to climb these walls, they'll just crumble you into the water. You also know that you've done your fair share of swimming, because there are streams and such, and swimming is a wonderful activity in the spring and summer. This makes you a little nervous because how fast it's going,
too fast,
how rough it's going, and how far across it's going, let alone what you're hearing from the eastern, where it's headed.
This does not sound like it's a good idea whatsoever.
Oh yes, no, I agree completely. I guess we backtrack to so the whirlpool room. Paul, was there could we walk along the edge or the side of the other stream?
Oh, the path that you're on goes down, goes through an archway into that room, and it's like a stone flat path that hugs the southern wall of that room and then curves and starts an incline upwards. It's kind of like it's stonework, but it also kind of is reminiscent of like a sidewalk. But whereas the paving, the stones are so intricately placed together that the seams, like Nikita could see them because she's looking at them and everything. And if you take the time to actually stare at this sidewalk, you can see them too, but otherwise it almost looks like a paved sidewalk.
And this was the north path that we took,
the one that you took. If you backtrack, it takes you back into that room, goes to about 20 feet off of the western wall, and then curves south and upwards, and that's what brought you down here. And if you remember, at the top of this path that kind of was secreted away, but it wasn't like a secret door, it was just kind of almost like an optical illusion where you had to be right on top of it to see you. There was this was the southwestern choice of a kind of a V, and the other choice took you northwest.
Okay.
When I was looking over the edge, did I see any place, like if we were to lower somebody to stand on, or is it just immediately into water?
It kind of is immediately into water, though you can't really tell, is it an incline or has it all been kind of eroded away, because the water is just black at here. This is, there's not... the lighting is such that you can't really tell if it's the depth.
And perhaps we should backtrack to that northwestern V.
Perhaps.
That sounds definitely better than jumping in the whirlpool.
I mean, we can do it. I just don't know if we survive it.
Nope.
Eldred says, we could also come back when we're better equipped.
Yeah, but we only found one kid.
Well, we going to take a kid into the whirlpool?
Oh no,
true.
no, yeah.
We're not going there, though.
Our whole thing was getting the kid away from the whirlpool.
And if we were to leave the kid would probably come along with us, wouldn't they? Whether we wanted them to or not.
Yeah.
Until the charm
Oh.
wears off.
Yeah. Which, by the way, how's that? How are we working? Anyone got an hourglass on them?
You're still fine.
No. Okay.
It seems
Well,
that they seem to be paying attention to Butt Trumpet, and now that you've come back, their eyes occasionally focus on the whirlpool. But if Butt Trumpet kind of keeps letting them know that they're there and periodically talking to them, then they focus on Butt Trumpet.
Which I do.
Okay.
I'm really glad
Paul,
this worked on you. Last time I had bunnies.
In any of our recent tunnels, have we seen any exits to the surface? Any?
No.
No.
You have seen hallways when you start heading north. You did see some hallways, most of them to the east. Like, you would see them go east, and then, like, at the periphery of your light source, like, they would be collapsed or crumbled. So you saw stuff going west. You did see a couple things going east, but you saw a fair number of tunnels crumbled and collapsed as well on that level.
So there's no quick way to get a kid out of here.
Yeah, you're not seeing like the ladders like what brought you down here.
I mean, part of the problem is that we fell down holes at least twice.
Yeah.
So it's not like we can backtrack out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that other tunnel's our best option.
Yeah, let's backtrack. We take the northwest thing, make sure the kid doesn't get lost, keep him in the middle. Either we find a new way out because we can't go the way we came in.
Okay, so is that what you're going to do? And is the focus to primarily find ways to continue going north?
Well, group. This is a group consensus here. Should we just try to make our way out and come back, or should we try to push on?
Well, right
I will
now we
do
only have
whatever
really
you
one path
all feel
to
is
go.
best. Will we not get? I would like to return all the children home if there are more down here, but also I feel terrible for saying this, but how much are we getting paid per child?
I don't think it's
Like, will we get paid, or are we only getting paid if we bring them all back?
It's more of finding out what is doing it than, say, returning the children, because I
Alright,
think they've
that
pretty
makes
much been
sense.
written off. And seeing as we haven't found out yet, it's kind of we haven't accomplished anything. I mean, we saved a child's
Yeah.
life, granted, but
I would
contractually
like
we
to
have.
find all the children and find the source of whatever's calling them, but I will go along with whatever all of you would like to do.
Guys, give me a history check, please.
Oh, yes, one of the things I'm terrible at. Aha! 4.
Okay. Never mind.
Yep.
So,
Don't ask guys to do intelligence stuff.
I mean, at this point, though, we pretty much only have the one path to go, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
I say let's try it.
way we were pretty much going, like Gaia said, was we were falling through a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
And if we were told we'd find more by going north, I say we keep trying. Because just because Tommy was here and didn't see anybody doesn't mean we won't find them somewhere else.
I agree.
Also, if we do find a way out around here, then we can
Shortcut.
use that as a way back in another time, yes.
Yeah.
Eldridge says that's a very good point.
Nikita, do you I didn't notice. Did your weapon get eaten? Are you good with weapons?
I had a spare longsword from
Oh, you
rooting
do?
through the
Okay, good.
halflings we killed.
All right, fine, excellent, good. I was going to say you could borrow my spare hammer if need be. I couldn't.
Good to know.
Because I can just
in case
pick
this one
shit.
bites the
I can
dust.
just pick
Or gets
pick shit up
bitten.
off the ground and beat people to death with it.
Always useful.
Oh yes,
Hey,
surprisingly
Nikita.
useful in this.
Nikita, do you think a halfling was using a longsword? That's crazy.
Maybe they
It's a
were a
little
very,
funny.
very strong halfling.
I'm pretty strong.
Like all arms. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm not all arms.
Oh, all arms.
Yeah, you are more brains than arms.
Oh, thank you.
Anywho, so Paul, we're heading northwest.
Okay. And
North by Northwest.
thank you. Thank you, Mortimer. Mr. Grant. So I will repeat my question. Is your plan then to do your best to head north and continue north if possible with the paths?
Correct. To
'Cause
find more.
I
to
can
find
actually
the kids.
speed some travel up if that's the case.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you head back up, you go up to the V, and you take the other path, which heads you northwest. It goes about 50 feet and then turns west, but you can see about 20 feet on, there's a tunnel that goes north. You take that for a while. It kind of winds around a little bit. There has some tunnels that shoot off it here and there. And then it comes to a room. Oh, and by the way, since you entered these tunnels, you're back on this level again. All the tunnels are wet. There's puddles. Occasionally there's a little stream. There's mold and things growing between the cracks of stone. Periodic dripping here and there of moisture. And you come to a room that's probably about 30 foot by 40 foot. 30 foot east-west, 40 foot north-south.
Nobody go in the fucking room. Can we check for traps or shit on the ceiling?
Give me an investigation check, please, Nikita.
This party will never be able to enter a room again.
Nope.
Yeah, we've suffered the trauma.
Seems
Yeah,
fine.
we got messed up.
We're gonna go back to the inn, and we're gonna be like,
You hiring?
Maybe
I could bartend.
maybe Eldred can use that magic and put like magic hair on our heads for a while.
Eldred says, "Yeah, I got you covered."
right.
We all
Yeah,
have,
with hair, right?
You all have really bad toupees.
You can grow back hair.
I was going to say, Reed, you have hats. Multiple
I
hats.
had a hat, not anymore.
Well, you had the spares, didn't you? You bought multiple colors.
Yeah, well,
You see Eldred say, "I got you covered." Comes over to you, Reed, and says some things, makes some hand motions, and kind of brushes your head.
what's it look like, guys?
You all look, and Reed now has a bright pink mohawk.
Eldred, can you please do something like that for me?
Perfect!
What's it look like? Tell me.
It's
Straight up and pink.
It's
unique.
colorful.
Spiky!
I think you match your bunny.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
You really do.
Okay.
So, Eldred, how long does that last?
Probably about an hour.
That's what I thought.
So,
Are there any rocks on the floor we can toss into the room to see if it sets anything off?
give me an investigation check.
I did so well last time.
Viv, maybe you could put some of the. If you find the moss that matches to your hair color, you could put some of that on your head.
I think that my father would be able to see through that. For sure.
Nikita, you, sure, we'll say you find a little stone, like a pebble, piece of mortar.
I just try to skip it across the ground in a diagonal from the entryway to, let's say, the east wall.
Okay.
Just to see if anything drops.
Roll me a 20-sider.
Let me know if this works.
Oh,
Nope, not
also,
that one.
Butt Trumpet, could you also maybe conjure up some dancing lights and send them flying up to the top of the room? I don't feel like getting smooshed again.
Perfect. Okay, so the stone goes skipping across a little ways, hits a puddle, and then just stops. Nothing seems to happen.
And I did, in fact, take Gaius' suggestion and cast dancing lights and send them in.
Okay.
And upward, did you say, Gaius? To
Yes,
check
I
the
mean, I think
ceiling?
you can conjure a couple of them. Yeah, check the ceiling.
Yeah, one could go up toward the ceiling, the other could go further into the room.
Okay, so
I think I get 3.
you kind of fan them out a little bit and move them around, and just looks like a wet, moist room, like you've seen tons of before. There's some puddles here and there on the floor.
Don't trust the puddles
It's wet.
for a multitude of reasons.
Well, I
Okay.
still have vestiges of my helmet. I don't mind going in first, and if I get smushed, then I'll lose the rest of my
I'll
hair.
go. I'll go with
I
you.
could-
I'll be right behind you.
I could try and sneak in first too.
Oh, that's right. You're sneaky. Actually, we're all sneaky.
I'm sneakier
Some
though.
some
Come on.
better than others. Yes, you are
You
definitely.
are sneakier. I would prefer if he sneaked than I sneaked. Sneak.
All party
Yeah, oh, yeah.
members are sneaky, but some party members are sneakier than others.
Yes.
Read that in a book once.
Let's
Yes.
let's just say I don't feel like I have a disadvantage to sneaking anymore for some reason.
Okay, so who enters?
I'll sneak.
Okay. Give me a stealth check, please.
Dun, dun, dun. An 11.
Reed kind of goes in, seeming to find the shadows. Seems to be doing really well until he hits a puddle and you hear splashing, and then you there he is. But he's fine.
Oh, thank God! I was worried he was going to be sucked into the puddle.
I will sneak after him because I believe I'm also very sneaky.
Okay, give me a stealth check, please. Normally
Sure.
I roll the stealth checks, but in this particular case, I'll let you.
It's almost like there's nothing to worry about.
23.
Okay, you
There is always something to worry about.
you disappear and find yourself on the other side of the room.
All right?
Hey, Reed, I think she did better.
What do you mean? I
Oh,
don't
no,
see her.
you did fine, Reed. Yeah. I only did what Reed did.
But better.
I will walk in
Because I lost my
behind the
hat.
two of them, looking very nervously around.
Okay.
It's the pink mohawk. I can't.
It
Yeah,
does
you
glow.
notice
I think it's
the
lovely.
mohawk just reflects the light like a piece of glitter.
Oh, jeez.
Uh,
It's wonderful.
Okay, so
Just pink glitter.
you head back into. Everyone kind of heads across the room.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
I
just
am.
holding off just in case because Tommy has to pretty much go wherever I go.
Okay. When you get to the other side of the room, you do notice there's the path. The tunnel continues north, but there's also one on the northernmost part of the western wall that adds west.
Mm,
So I'm assuming you continue north.
yes.
Vivalda, give me a perception check, please.
Sure.
Oh, great.
18.
Okay, everyone but Vivalda, please take off your headphones for a moment. So, everyone heads into the north tunnel, and you're just about ready to head in there too, when a noise catches your attention from that western hallway. It sounds like it's at a distance, but it's still, it's faint, but you hear it. It sounds like lots of squeaking, and like if squeaks could manage shrieks, you hear even a little bit of that, and you hear quite a few of them in the distance, and then they kind of fade off into the distance, and then you hear like a lot of clicking and tapping, as if 50 people are tapping metal rods on stone or something like that. Not in unison, but like all very kind of mixed together, and you hear the strangest kind of shriek you've ever heard that seems to almost echo in the distance. It sounds kind of like a cross between metal being twisted and an animal being pulled apart, like a noise it would make if it was being torn apart. And then that too disappears into the distance. And then if you would be so kind as to just give the whirling of the finger so we can get everybody back. Okay, so you are all headed through the northern tunnel, continuing north.
I take out my bow. There
Okay.
is something in the distance. It's I don't even know how to describe it. There was a bunch. Did any of you hear that? It was terrible squeaking and shrieking, and as if some sort of, I don't know, metallic monster was ripping an animal apart.
What?
I'm pretty sure I would know if I heard that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
no.
I get my
I just-
sword
I
ready
noticed
and
that-
realize I still don't have a shield.
This was in the distance down the western tunnel.
Yeah, it came down. It was in the distance down the western tunnel.
Well, all right. So we heard squeaking and the sounds of things dying. Like, do you think it's the squeaking of small, like, mouse kids dying, or just regular mouses or rats?
What
Remember,
kind?
time he's
we
here.
met all the cute little things, and even these weirdly and tall rat folk.
Do I recognize those squeaks at all, Paul?
They could have been rat-like. They could have been rat-like. It was at a distance, so it's tough to tell.
It was hard to
Maybe-
tell, but definitely something rat-like. It could have been the mousekin or others.
Maybe
Describe
Tommy
what
should
the-
do earmuffs.
Oh,
Earmuffs.
he's scarred for a bit. What did the monster sound like exactly? You said
Metallic.
Metal?
I heard sounds of. It sounded like metal rods banging on stone, and the twisting of metal.
It was like a tapping, clicking.
It was a tapping, clicking sound.
Oh, that might be the God. What it is? We call the tentacle things with the.
Do they sound
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, they have a bunch of legs, so that definitely could be what's down there, eating rats.
Are they big enough to eat mousekin people?
Oh, they're big enough to eat us.
Wonderful. Then that might be what it was, eating possibly mousekin people. There was a
Is
lot
there
of
a
it,
way
I heard.
maybe the two sneaky people could go and like scout it out and see who they... Is it something we can take care of, or should we just keep on going?
I mean,
Maybe we should look, because what if it's
we can take a look. Yeah.
somebody we need to
Yeah.
help?
Eldred says, I think
Yeah.
Gaius and Reed would be the perfect two people to discuss whether or not this is a good idea, if they are indeed what happened before.
Yeah, they kind of like have a soporific touch about them.
What does that mean?
Oh, they
Small
knock
words
you
for
out.
small people.
Well, hey, listen, if you don't challenge your mind now, when you need it, anyway. No, sorry.
It
Yeah,
means they
makes you
clash
sneaky.
with their fashion, says Eldred.
Nope. You're the wizard, man. Read other books, I guess. Anyway. Yes, no, it basically has a poison that will knock you out in their
Yes.
tentacles. So,
I did want to collect some for my arrows, I remember this.
Yes. The problem is, in our current state, I don't know if we should be picking a fight with one of those yet.
Well,
This
mean-
may be
I
the
feel
time
guilty
to
letting
avoid.
I just feel guilty letting others be torn apart and killed.
Yes,
Vivalda,
that's-
so you know, the sound you heard was, you heard the squeaking, which you think might have been a bunch of rats. but it was
Okay.
followed by a strange screeching that was a combination of metal being twisted and like a death scream of some animal being horribly killed. It was a combination of the two. It wasn't necessarily metal or one or the other.
Okay.
It was this strange combination of the two. It was one sound that sounded like a mixture of those two things.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes, I heard a bunch of squeaking and something that sounded like an animal being torn apart. Some sort of terrifying death shriek of very high pitched, like metal being twisted. Something like that.
Well, I think whatever was alive over there is dead already. There's no more noises coming from that direction.
They
Well,
faded
I
into
mean-
the distance, is what you remember, Vivalda.
Yeah, they faded into the distance. I
Oh,
feel like if we
okay.
get closer, we could hear more.
Those things have nests, and they like to have multiple ones in a nest. Just and it's bad and gross in ways I don't like. But
I don't.
Reed
I know
remembers them quite well. Says
Yeah.
Elvis.
I was
I know.
kind of dragged into one.
I know we're heroes and all, but maybe we should try to go the other direction for now. I mean,
Alright.
to save the kid that we have with us.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
It also, if the poison numbed things, would they keep screaming in pain?
I couldn't scream or nothing when I was,
It's
hit by.
well, Viv said she did hear the sounds of rending and tearing.
Well, no, the sound she heard was a shriek. That was a combination. Gaius and Reed, give me a history check, please.
I'm
Okay.
missing
Read the historian.
Yes.
Read
Well,
is such a. I'm good at this. 13.
14.
Okay, you both remember that is when you saw those masses of rats running across your path, followed by the crawlers. That description is very similar to what you heard the crawlers make when they were chasing the masses of rats.
Oh,
Ah.
yep. Nope. We don't need to go down there.
And her stating that it was accompanied by a bunch of clicking and tapping just seems to cement that idea for you.
Yeah, I think we're good. A bunch of just normal rats probably have gotten eaten.
Yeah, let's go the other
We
way.
have had enough combat.
Yes.
North sounds good.
Yes. Continue
Okay.
northish.
Continue northish. Okay.
Having a leisurely sewer stroll.
Yeah.
No, we're having a paranoid sewer stroll where we're checking all corners.
Okay.
You can literally hear Viv talking to herself like, the Mousekin could speak common, they would have been screaming in common, if it would have been Mousekin people. Like, she's just talking to herself to calm herself.
Okay. You continue on north. Sometimes you have to make choices of paths. Sometimes you're going through some other rooms. You're taking your paranoid precautions as you enter these small rooms. Some of them have paths leading off, tunnels leading off in other directions, but you continue on your northern most direction until you, Gaius, give me a perception check, please.
Oh my. All right. Perception.
Can I help him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd take it with advantage, Gaius.
All right. And well, thank you for the hand there. It gave me a nat 20.
There you go.
Womp,
Okay.
womp, womp.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you continue north on a tunnel, as you're coming up, you hear a little bit of dripping ahead of you. And the dripping is like echoing. And at first you think you're going to be entering a room, But what you found is the stonework beneath your feet has kind of dropped about 10 feet. You see ahead of you, it's about 20 feet ahead of you. You see that the floor has dropped like 10, 15 feet, like broken off and dropped. And as you get closer, you notice that a good portion of the tunnel and the wall to the right has dropped off into a what looks from this angle to be a pretty deep sinkhole. But the tunnel continues past the sinkhole, but part of it has collapsed into this sinkhole. So you don't have the full 10 feet wide pathway. It's more, looks to be that most of the tunnel up ahead you can see in the light tends to be anywhere from 5 feet to 4 feet, and maybe at 3 feet at one point or so in what you can see with the light. But it is traversable. It's just what you see is what looks like a
diminished path.
Yeah.
Well, this sucks.
I can get through that, no problem.
Oh yeah, that's great. What about everybody else?
Oh yeah.
How's Tommy doing?
He's just holding on to Butt Trumpet's hand and just kind of staring blankly as you go along.
Okay.
He's chilling.
All right.
Hey, Nikita. Nikita, did you ever check him for weapons?
No,
That'd be
I
great.
didn't.
Freaking
I will
kid
be honest,
stabs
I
one of
didn't.
us when we're crossing that.
I'm going to check Tommy for weapons.
Yes.
Yes, let
He just
Embrace-
seems
embrace the paranoia.
oblivious to you, Vivalda, and doesn't seem to have anything on him
I didn't think
except
so.
oh wait, there's
A
a
gun.
slingshot in one of his back pockets.
School.
A weapon.
a weapon. Yes.
I doubt he has any ammo for it. I'm going to take it. Can I pickpocket?
I don't think you need a pickpocket. You just take it out of his pocket.
Yeah, just take it.
Okay, yeah, he's charmed. I'm just going to take it if that's all right.
He seems
Just
totally
let him know
oblivious and is fine with that. Doesn't
Yeah,
even
just let him know you're gonna hold
acknowledge
it
it.
for him.
You are relieving him of it.
I'm
Yes,
just going
we're
to
such
borrow
trash
this.
people.
Or does anybody else need a weapon?
No,
Can I
I'm
have
good.
it?
I'm good.
Then I'm going to borrow this, and I'll give it back.
Do you not have a weapon, Viv?
No, I have my bow and arrow, and then my short sword is probably going to break soon. But
Are you proficient in Warhammer?
I don't think so. But
All right. Well,
I'm gonna check.
Well,
my
if it
character
makes it
anyway.
easier, I could give her my long sword, and then I could take your spare hammer.
Elder goes, that sounds good.
If you
Wait,
wouldn't
are we
mind,
trading
Nikita.
weapons?
We are
What, I'm
trading
just
weapons,
making-
Reed. What you got?
I'm just making sure that people that could be equipped properly are equipped. I literally have magic and also the ability to pick up. He looks around. Is there, Paul? Is there like detritus in this area?
You don't see any. You see a lot of wet stuff around where you are, but up around the sinkhole, you definitely notice stones and such from where things have broken away.
It's like I could just pick up a rock and be improvised weapon.
Eldridge goes, if we're
Wonderful.
trading, I think I might have a tuna salad and some chips
I mean, I could probably
that
kill
my
him
mom
with that.
packed for me.
That tuna salad
How
has
does
gone
that
bad,
got knocked
and
off?
I've
it
got
is
a Rice
poison.
Krispie treat.
I've got Dunkaroos.
Okay, so I give my
Yes,
long sword
Nikita.
to Vivalda.
Thank you. I'm much better at this.
Yep, musical weapons. Guys passes off the warhammer and then just kind of reaches into his backpack, just pulls out like a piton. He's like, I can club someone to death with this, I guess.
Did anybody want Tommy's slingshot? Otherwise,
Yeah, you could
maybe I.
hold on to that.
I did give
know-
Reed one of my daggers from last time.
Yes.
Do you want it?
So, I
Are
mean-
you friends with Tommy? Yeah, you take it. You take it. You're friends with Tommy. Tommy won't be upset if you have it.
Until the charm
You
wears
didn't
off.
want him to hurt himself.
Sure, I'll just pocket
Viv
it.
doesn't know how magic works at all. I just love it. Yeah. I give you the
We'll see
slingshot.
what happens.
I don't know if any of us really knows how anything works, I think.
You know how
Okay,
magic
so-
works. You're a wizard.
Guys, you have this thing, like you just see some of the tunnel drop, broken stones, and it kind of breaks off a little bit, but then you see it continue, a portion of the tunnel continue, but like there seems to the right, it just seems to drop into what looks like darkness from this level area. It just looks like, and you can't even see, as you look across, you can't even see a right wall. It just seems to be a
Oh my.
huge sinkhole at this point.
Did we have another
Reed or Vivaldo
possible
want to
path? or
scout
no?
it?
Pardon me?
Yeah, we've just followed the one side of the wall past the sinkhole.
Okay, move
Just don't-
yourself forward.
Don't fall in it.
Where'd Tommy
I
go?
will follow, guys.
Oh, let me get you a Tommy. Hold on.
We're gonna need another Tommy.
Oh, please. Limit the murdering of children.
Here comes Doppelganger Tommy in our midst.
He's a changeling.
Here
Yes.
I am now.
Tommy, you sound different.
No, this is how
You
I've always
sound-
sounded.
So we need to stay on the left side, Paul. The right side is what?
Yeah, you'll
fell
see
away?
as you get up there.
Okay.
Hold on.
You want me to go in the front for a little bit, guys, and check for traps?
Yeah. I mean, and also, you and Viv are like our best climbers or whatever.
We're both pretty sneaky, yes.
That too.
In
Except
this
for my
way,
bellhop.
they're light. Hopefully, nothing shifts under their feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see in the
I mean-
dark.
I mean, now that
Yeah.
I have got no armor, I'm in fact kind of light.
I am only mildly lighter.
Yeah, I'm not halfling light or Viv light,
Nah.
but
I just keep moving up, Paul.
Yep.
And if I'm gonna need light or not be able to see too far, then Viv can take over the front.
I'll come up there
Oh.
with you.
I'm sort of looking, make sure there's no like tripwires and stuff like that.
Okay, give me
What is this?
an investigation check, please.
I think that thing's terrifying. Whatever we're coming up with.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah. Not good
Good.
investigation.
Seems fine there, Reed.
Yeah, looks great.
Can I look at whatever this black stuff is?
Sure, as you're getting closer, you notice it's a huge sinkhole. And about 40 feet down, 50 feet down, it seems to be a large patch of mustardy something. It just a huge patch of it covering the entire bottom, you think, of this sinkhole.
Does it have a different smell?
Give me a perception check there.
certain
Or does-
odor.
Or does everything just
Can
smell
I help
really
with
bad?
that?
Sure.
You smell with them.
It smells
Is he
like
rolling for
itchy to you.
advantage or? Oh.
Oh, I rolled good. I got a 21.
Ah.
It doesn't have a distinct, strange odor compared to the musty kind of moldy smell that the with the little bit of sewer smell going on. But when you do take like a really big honking sniff, you do find that the hairs in your nostrils burn a little bit.
Whatever it is, it's spicy.
I don't have hair in my nostrils. It was all burnt away.
Eldred
stuff went in
goes,
your
was that
nostril?
braided too?
Yes.
Elves braid their nostril hair. I never did that.
It's the part of the deep lore.
They're very elegant, Eldred says.
Yes.
That the black on the map there and the path, is that like smoothed away stone that
It's
fell away, or
it's kind of just it's where things have dropped, and the big mass of it is a huge sinkhole.
Okay.
can
So
I
that's more
just
like
hop
the
over that,
edges
please?
of it.
Yeah,
So yes,
Can I
we'll have
just
to
hop
step
over
over
there
that.
like that?
you can continue. Yeah, you have to drop down like 10 feet to where the path continues because it's just kind of dropped a little bit, but then it continues across.
It's a 10-foot drop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do I gotta like
I
jump?
call back to the group. I'm like, a bit of a drop. Watch your step.
Guys, you gotta get closer so I can see.
Oh,
Oh, do you need me to go in
Okay.
front, Reed?
I
Yeah, you
I
might
got
wanna-
torches and stuff.
Here,
People-
I will come down there. Take a look.
Okay, Vivalda, give me a dexterity check, please.
Sure. Dexterity.
I can't move, Tommy. There
I
we
got
go.
him.
Tommy's stuck.
In a well.
13.
Okay, you're
Large
fine.
well.
You get past him.
And I will continue to just walk on.
Do I need to help you guys get down here? Or
She walks on down the hall.
If Gaius goes
I can
down
see a
first,
path
I
to
can
the
hand
right.
Butt Trumpet and Tommy to him.
What was that? What was that, Vivalda?
I just call out to them that I can see a path to the right and in front.
Vivalda, give me another dexterity check, please. Okay.
19.
There's a point where it gets down to like 3 feet that you have to step over as you go a little farther, but you're fine.
yeah, guys, did you want to do what Nikita suggested?
Oh yeah. I was just waiting for everybody to do their things.
Don't get too far ahead, Vid.
I'll
Alright.
wait here.
right.
I'll start making my way to my peeps.
Okay, Gaius, give me a dexterity check to get down that drop there.
Gotcha. Dexterity.
Now, Tommy, what we're about to experience is called
14.
uppies. They're fun. We like them.
He just kind of tilts his head and looks at you. Nikita, looking at this, you recognize that, you recognize most of it. This is obviously a sinkhole that happens when there's a lot of moisture, and the the stonework is not as good, and some of that moisture can get between stones and eventually weaken things. And if there was some, depending on what was underneath, in some cases sinkholes can occur, and can be kind of dangerous, especially when they first happen, and depending on the stability of them. So, okay, you were fine there, Gaius. You made it down
All right.
to the 10 feet to that level.
Excellent.
Reed, give me a dexterity check, please. Vivalda, you can move yourself up another 20 or about almost to the other side now, if you'd like.
I'll move up a little bit more, but I'm gonna wait up for them so I can make sure that
Okay,
everybody's.
Reed, you can put yourself right behind Vivalda if you'd like, and you can see also to the east. There was obviously a tunnel, but part of this wall has obviously just dropped out, and so it's all jagged and everything. But Trumpet, who is going to give Tommy uppies?
I will.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was about to say. Don't know if I'm particularly built for that.
Yeah, you you could get uppies, but he couldn't from you.
So I'll gently guide Tommy to Nikita and say, "It's okay. Let her help you."
Okay, he lets her pick him up, but continues to look at you.
I'm nodding encouragingly.
Eldred goes, you may want to wait to hand him to her until Nikita's down the first drop.
Well, Nikita was going to hand him to Gaius.
Ah, okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So you go back, Gaius?
Oh, I guess, yeah, I didn't realize I wasn't sure where the drop was. I just moved myself forward.
There's
where
the
Reed
end
was
of the
originally.
drop.
Okay.
So I will
Just pass.
first hand Tommy over and then butt trumpet.
Okay, so is Gaius going to hold both of them?
Oh,
Well,
I
he can
picked
put
one
one
up. And
down and then take.
do we need to make a check or anything, or
Yeah,
is it just
you need to give me a dexterity check, please.
dexterity? Okay. Come on.
If you get a nat 20, you can juggle us.
I would not recommend any of that. That's a 9.
Okay. You get to about
Tommy's go.
I really wish it was a strength check. I would have made it a 10.
Tommy's going into the mustard.
Oh no!
you get to about there. You're having a hard time holding on to this child when the path gets to be about 3 feet, and that's a little less than the width of you. So you turn sideways and everything, and you're having a moment of losing some of your balance. Give me, what would you do?
If I'm losing my balance, have I progressed far, or like maybe back up to where it was a little bit wider?
Okay, so you want to try to take a couple steps backwards?
Yeah, just like,
Okay, give me another dexterity check, please.
oops, slippery.
Come on.
Oh, it would be worse. Yeah, it's worse.
No.
Okay, you go to step back, and your foot kind of misses the edge, and you start to topple.
Can I hop over Reed to help?
Give me a dexterity check.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
Reed's frozen. Oh no!
Oh, that was almost a nat 20 on my screen.
Okay.
12.
Okay, I'm going to say that you get over there and give me one more dexterity check. You've gotten
Okay.
there without a problem. Give me a dexterity check to see if you're able
can
to.
help.
10?
10?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gaius.
At least.
Okay, give me a strength check now.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
15.
Great. Okay. Gaius basically starts to fall. You're able to kind of take and grab his outreached hand and arm, and his feet start skidding down the side, and you're able to kind of swing him like a pendulum past you towards Reed, where he can actually get a grip
Oh, nice.
on the path again, and you're still holding on to him. Reed, if you want to aid,
Please.
Gaius, give me a strength check to see if you can pull yourself back up. And by the way, you're having a bit of a hard time breathing because Tommy's arms around your throat are super tight right now.
I'm fine.
I do help whatever way I can. Yes.
Okay, so take advantage on that, Gaius.
Okay, first one was a 12. Second one was a 13.
Okay. You're able to kind of get back up. It's sloppy. Lots of stones drop and bits of earth from beneath you. There's a large cascade and shower of stones and dirt that kind of plummet down.
Oh, that was exciting. All right, Tommy. I'm good though.
Reed and Vivalda, give me a perception check.
Sure thing. Perception.
I got a 9.
Oh!
Okay. Okay, so what next?
Did I pass butt trumpet down, or did Gaius just take...
No one said anything yet. He did. Guys just took Tommy, and
Would it
having
be easier
seen,
for me to just... Go ahead.
I was going to say, Gaius, and you're thinking it's probably a good thing they didn't have both of them at this point after what you just saw. But Trumpet, you being so small, thinking that you might not actually have a problem because you don't have the mass that most of these other people do, and you could probably walk across without a problem.
I can.
Yeah, you saying I have a lot of mass?
Yes, you're the largest person of the party.
I resemble that comment.
I can certainly give it the old goblet try.
There you go. You might need some help getting the 10-foot drop down to the actual thing, but you basically, I'm going to let you go across and give me the dexterity check with advantage.
I'll try and lead Gaius and Tommy to the other side.
Okay.
You said with advantage?
If Eldred goes
Yes.
down first, I could pass Butt Trumpet to him, and then he could place her down to cross by themselves.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
And that check was a 16.
You're fine.
Nice.
Slide
Not
to the
bad,
left. Slide to the right. Criss.
No, not the right. Not the right. Don't go to the right. Stay to the left.
Don't slide.
Stay to the left.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, so
And
Vivalda, do you stay there when you see Okay, so Gaius-
why am I behind Gaius? Oh,
Because
I
you
flipped it.
swung
Just
them.
kidding.
You swung them.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You swung me kind of like a
Logic
wrecking
checks
ball.
out.
Gaius, give me one more dexterity check to get across.
Oh boy. Here we
I'm
go.
gonna be like walking right behind Gaius, just like getting ready to catch him again if something messes up. I am going to catch Gaius.
Give me
Catch the child. Gaius can heal himself.
give me a dexterity check, Vivalda.
Yeah, I would like to try and catch both of them if possible, but yeah, if one or the other, I'm going to catch the child. Sorry, guys. 14.
I don't care.
Okay, Gaius, give me one more dexterity check, please.
Oh, thank Christ. Oh, sorry, Bacchus.
Okay.
Nice.
I've done this before. And swing back up.
You take a
Critical fail,
step.
but critical succeed.
You take a step, and once again, you just, because the Tommy's grip around your head and throat is so tight, you miss the actual path and just drop. Luckily, Vivalda's there behind you and reaches down, and you see that, and you grab her, and you're hanging once again. So give me a strength check to get back up.
You're my new favorite teammate.
Hey.
This isn't going well.
Do I
Take
need
it with
your
it.
strength?
I'm going to say take it with advantage so that Vivalda is helping you, because otherwise you'd be dropped.
Yeah.
Good news.
Okay, you're up.
Yay.
Do you want me to help with Tommy? Do you want me to carry Tommy?
I guess. I don't know if he's going to
Alright.
let go, though.
He's on there like Velcro at this point. It's you would have to pry off every limb, and even the head is Tommy's head is kind of dug in between Gaius's head and shoulder, right around the neck.
Well,
Okay,
if
you'd
you
have-
again, I'll
you'd-
keep doing this.
You'd have better luck getting a tick off of Gaius at this point.
Gross.
Butt Trumpet, give me a perception check, please.
16?
Okay, everyone but Butt Trumpet, please take off your headphones.
Oh boy.
When Gaius dropped, there was a shower of stones and everything again. And that yellowy whatever it was, there was like an undulation of it at the bottom.
Ew.
Not liquidy so much as parts of it almost seemed to sluice up a little bit of the sides of the stone towards at the bottom of the path where the path dropped and met that yellow stuff. It's almost like parts of it kind of sluiced up maybe about a foot or so with that undulation. Okay?
So, I'm just trying to make sure I understand.
No,
so,
go ahead.
Is it that the yellow stuff is like blocking it now, or created
No.
more?
No, because it's like about 30 feet down. It's like part of the stuff moved, and then part of it just kind of, not so much a wave as if part of it was a little bit like a wave that came up, and instead of washing up the side, just kind of slapped and stuck there.
Okay, so that hasn't blocked off anything.
Oh, no,
per
because
se,
30
but-
feet down. So where the side, the path that you're on crossing drops off, would normally go 30 feet down and meet the yellow stuff. It now probably goes down about 27 feet and meets the yellow stuff. On this side. Okay?
Okay.
Can you give your finger a twirl? Okay.
Did my best.
You got it.
I was realizing that might be an issue, and all of a sudden I was like, uh-oh.
Eldred turns around to Nikita and says, "Do you need me to help you down?"
Dak, please.
Okay.
Guys,
Give me a dexterity check, Nikita, real quick. You're fine.
Guys, quick update. The mustard stuff sticks to, like, the sides of where it is. Like, when Gaius fell, that stuff kind of didn't quite make a wave, but, like, it undulated a little bit, and part of it, like, slapped up against the side of, like, this sinkhole area.
It's alive.
She thick.
Delightful.
No. Right.
I am
Well,
just
continuing
loving
on
this
with
place
work,
more
I
and
would
more.
say.
Both out of it. Good job, Bill.
Gaius,
Sure.
give me one more dexterity check to get to the other side.
Got this.
I maybe.
I will catch you.
You got
News,
it.
everybody.
You got it.
Good news, everyone.
Good news, everybody.
Is there a 10-foot thing going up the other side
It's about 5 feet on the other side.
so I can climb it?
Yeah.
Easy?
Yeah, without a problem.
Because that's still way over my head. So,
I'm gonna kind of wait right here to help anybody else who may need it.
Okay.
What are you implying?
Eldred.
Our son. He's surprisingly dexterous.
Eldred lets Nikita go first, just so that, being that he's a little more tall and lanky, he can kind of keep an eye on things. This way, he's not blocking
just
your
gonna-
view.
Sorry.
No,
I
go
was
ahead,
just gonna say, I'm
Mafalda.
just gonna pick up Butt Trumpet and do a pivot turn and just put Butt Trumpet back down on the other side. That way they can easily get across.
Okay. You're fine there. And Gaius, how far do you go?
Well, I'm trying to keep everybody within my cone of light, basically. So, or my circle of light, however you want to call it. There. Is everyone? Eldred's the last one, right, Paul?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, I climb up and I kind of don't necessarily stay at the ledge, but near
Okay.
it.
Do you help Butt Trumpet up when they get over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Nikita, give me a dexterity check, please.
You got it.
Okay. Give me one more, please. You're fine.
It's
Now
the
we have
low
to do is
center
not-
of gravity.
Now all I have to do is not lose Eldred.
Okay, first one, he's fine. Oh, second one's at 7.
I'm gonna get you.
Oh, damn it, not the wizard.
It's right about there. Vivalda, give me a dexterity check, please.
Viv is
Okay.
like the ride operator,
Please,
making
please,
sure everybody's
please.
buckled in and whatnot.
10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep your hands and feet secure
19.
at all
He grabs you and basically swings in a shower of stone to
Oh, yes.
kind of where the two, kind of into the crotch of where the path that you're taking with the sinkhole meet, and
Okay.
where if
Ew.
with another dexterity check on both your parts, he can probably get pulled up.
That'll
Way
work
to phrase
tomorrow.
that.
So, Valda, give me another dexterity check. Cool. He
18.
got a natural 20, so he's fine. Vivalda, give me a perception check, and Nikita, give me a perception check, please.
22.
Okay. Nikita, you're kind of oblivious and trying to get up there. Vivalda, as you're pulling him up, right about here, you notice a large mass of this yellow stuff. It almost looks... It's very reminiscent of that stuff that was falling from the ceiling in the other room, except it's a little more rubbery looking. Just kind of, it's almost like a big ball of it attached to it, lifts up and then slaps against the side. And then about here, an even bigger one lifts up and slaps against the side even harder. And you see like the entire thing kind of undulate north a little bit. And it's continuing to, these thick tendrils and blobs of it are reaching out and like pulling itself up the side.
It's moving. And the yellow stuff is moving, so we gotta keep moving. We gotta go.
Moving mustard,
delightful.
let's go.
Moving mustard.
Is that a new phrase?
Yes. Yes, it
Oh,
is.
yes.
It means let's go. And I'm just gonna help Eldred as much as if he needs any more help.
He's up and going, yeah, don't tell me twice, I'm
Oh.
out of here.
Then I'm up there too.
Moving mustard did in the sewers with the acid.
Mm.
Does moving mustard go well with bacon?
You could find out.
Nope, not gonna find out.
I'm almost certain it will eat you.
Okay,
Yeah.
you are the rest of you, with the exception of maybe Reed because of where he is. You're hearing the slaps and the scattering of stones, and these big blubbery slaps get gradually closer.
Okay, we need to go.
Run!
Hustle.
Okay. And you
We keep moving.
okay.
Yep, head north.
As
Ish.
you're heading north, Vivalda, give me one more perception check, please. Okay.
17.
Just as you're getting out of the radius of Gaius's light, you see a big blob of that reach up and slap onto the stone of the tunnel, and then you see a large mass of it rising up behind it. And then you're moving forward, and it's you hear the slap, big blubbery slap in the distance behind you, but you can't see it because the light, you're out of the radius of the light.
Time to go.
It's coming. We gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta run.
Okay. So you all continue north at a brisker pace?
Yeah,
Very
someone say,
fast.
you know.
Okay.
Someone carry this child. Who needs to carry the child? I can carry the child. if
I think
nobody
I
else
still
can.
got him.
Okay. He's clutching.
I think he
to
likes
his
you.
He's
I can carry
cl-
butt trumpet if it helps.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably going to need to because of their little leg, how fast they move.
Yep.
I'll still take the rear though. That way, if something
Okay.
comes, I can defend people, and
You
I
got
can
it.
see it with my dark vision.
You hear the slapping blubberiness for a few moments, but then you guys have run so much that you don't really hear it anymore after a while. So you continue north,
Yes.
and once again you're going through rooms, you're going through tunnels, you're continuing to maintain yourself north. Is it the old marching order, but with, or is Reed in the front?
You guys want me to stay up front, look for traps, all that good stuff?
Yeah, we're gonna be. We have the option. We're gonna be a little bit more stealthy now, and not
Okay.
completely.
Okay.
Well, we have the option.
So what are you doing, Reed, as you're moving along? You're trying to be stealthy?
I'm just trying to make sure there's no traps and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Not so much stealthy, just kind of
Okay.
looking for danger.
Give me an
That's
investigation. Give me an investigation check with advantage, please.
There's a 18.
Okay. You come across what looks like a frayed piece of twine with going across the floor of the tunnel with some pitons hammered into the sides, wrapped around it. This rope looks like it's seen better days and it's fraying in a number of places. And then it kind of goes up at an angle ahead of you along the one wall.
I point that out to guys. It goes out of the range of the light.
Yeah, because you're a little bit ahead of everybody, I think.
Oh,
wait
I guess
till
we
guys
catch
get
up.
closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
It's still intact or frayed, like broken?
It's frayed, not broken, just frayed.
Kind of point that out to Gaius as he gets closer,
Okay,
or whoever's second. I'm assuming it's Gaius, right?
right.
Yeah, it's either myself or Nikita. Well,
You step
that's
over it, keep going.
hold on. Well, there's pitons, which means somebody put a climbing rope around. Maybe. Where's the rope lead? Like further down the hall?
Up and down the hall.
Like up
Towards
in
the
the,
ceiling.
Air?
Yeah, towards the ceiling. And as
Like
you get
diagonally up the wall.
yeah, as you get closer, as Gaius gets closer and his lights things up, you see a large kind of piece of wood with a spike on the end of it, kind of held up with some frayed rope. It looks like that it has been tacked into the side with the pitons. This, with your experience, looks like if you were to trigger that rope, this it's not so much a log as a long, thick piece of wood with like a spike on the end of it, would then swing down and hit someone in, you're not sure whether it's like the chest or the face or whatever. But it's obviously that sort of trap, and it's like you can tell from this looks really old. You're not sure that it necessarily would work because it looks so old, because the twine looks like ready to snap as it is practically. Even one side of this thing up around the ceiling looks like it's given a little bit. But this obviously wasn't like part of the sewers. This was put up by people of some sort.
someone at a later date, basically.
Yeah, but it looks like it was put up quite a while ago.
Well, a trap. Wonderful. I can't.
That must mean we're getting close
You'd-
to something, right?
This is a positive sign, kind of. Yeah. Would you recommend? This is your area of expertise, Reed. Do you recommend disabling the trap, or?
I could try. Sure, I will try.
Well, take a little guidance from Bacchus.
Okay, where is everyone going to be when this happens?
Backed
Away
up.
from the trap.
Okay, so everyone's going to back up significantly?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'll stand in front of Tommy.
Okay. Well, Tommy is still clutched to Gaius.
Oh,
So you would
Thanks,
stand in front
buddy.
of Gaius.
okay.
And everyone's, what, 10, 20 feet back from the trigger?
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Reed, give me a your roll to
Sleight of
disable a
hand.
trap.
All right, so I get. What are my choices here? I got sleight of hand, stealth, survival.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need my guidance.
Guidance.
Yes, add a d4, or do you want me to roll it for you?
Yeah, just roll it if you can. If you got it ready.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
I maybe should have let
So a
you
total-
roll it.
A total of
Rock
9.
out.
Okay. You you go to trying to retie the strings to kind of disable the trigger back and use them against the sides there so that people could walk through without triggering it. And what happens is when you try that, it snaps. The string snaps, and whereas normally this thing was supposed to kind of pendulum down and spike everyone. Give me a dexterity check with advantage, please.
You got this.
I can do it.
Okay.
Yes, you can do it.
You sidestep this because what happens is it looks like the thing's about ready to pendulum, but then the whole rigging just comes down and crashes against the ground. The long piece of wood area seems to just shatter and splinter like it's been rotted from the moisture. The string just snaps in a bunch of areas. The pitons come clattering down. They had come loose. It's a pretty raucous sound.
As all the sound and material is just making all this ruckus, I just turn around slowly to everybody and I'm like, it's disabled.
You did it, bud.
Wonderful.
You got hit with some moist splinters and stuff, but nothing stuck in you or anything like that.
Nah, I've had worse.
Wonderful job.
Okay.
Just
Just
earlier today, in
scratches.
fact.
Yes, it's safe to move past this now.
Continue
Do you
on.
want the
Go on.
what are they called? Pittons? What are they
Pitons.
called?
Piton. Oh,
Pitons.
yes.
I
You
always
know what?
pronounce
It's,
it wrong.
The pitons that cost a pittance.
yeah, actually, I think they do just cost the pittance.
Yes. How many pitons are there?
We'll say there are about 6 that have hit the ground, and you assume there's about 4 more, like some of them up around the ceiling here and there.
We'll take
And
the
one of
six.
them, like in the mortar down by the ground by where the trigger was.
Okay. Does anyone want any of those for climbing?
Actually,
I have some in my
have some of
backpack.
those. Yeah, me too.
You want them, Reed?
Read.
What?
Yes,
You
take
can have them.
them, please.
I was going to say if nobody wants them, I'll have them. But if you need them, go ahead and take them.
Oh no! If you don't have any, take some. I still have some
I
left
have
from
plenty.
after.
I just, it's
I
always
lost
good
some
to
in the
prepare.
dissolving, so I guess I'll take these as recompense.
Okay.
Is
The
it
great
worst thing if
dissolving
you're
of
climbing a
insert
tree?
year here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
If you're climbing a
Insert
tree and you only have 10, but you need 11, it's always so annoying to only have 10.
I know.
Like, oh, if I just
Especially
had
with
one
my
more.
climbing skill.
Mm.
I need all the help I can get, apparently.
I'll show you. Have them, Reed.
Yes. I have a little hammer too. I probably should have been using them, huh? Oh well, next time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I climb pretty good without them though, so you know.
I mean, yes, that's true.
You wanna take the front, Viv, since you can see in the dark, and maybe
Oh,
your
sure.
perception is good too, or investigation.
Of course. I can do
Yes.
that. I can see something over there for sure.
Okay, so Viv, give me a perception check, please.
Don't step on the bridge.
I'm not. I'm just on the edge there. 18.
Okay.
Oh!
What is it? What do you see?
I will wait till the DM tells me.
What's a DM?
I just have to have something tell me what I'm seeing before I can convey it, actually.
You hear
He goes,
this.
okay, fucking elves.
You hear this. Oh boy.
Is this the thing? Do you have an elf problem?
I didn't realize that everybody
No,
had so many
just
problems
waiting
with
for
elves.
something
I'm
to
s-
talk to her. I'm a little concerned.
I mean,
I think elves are neat. It's okay.
Thank you, Reed.
Sure.
Elder goes, I second that.
Well, thank you, Aldred.
You're very welcome. Okay, so Vivalda, as you enter the intersection there,
Yeah.
you hear this snorting, deep squeaking and a bunch of grunting and squeaking, and then you hear a human voice say, "Halt! What is your business?"
Are you the Cavendish?
Yes. These are the Cavendish, says this human who steps forward. And
Oh, wonderful.
you see a bunch of the Cavendish, you see the ones there, and the one that looks to be the leader is the exact opposite of the leader that you saw before. This one is about 6 to 7 feet tall, incredibly scrawny, and their fur is patchwork, and they just look nasty. And they seem to like have a permanent snarl looking on their face, and they're next to the one human who's speaking to you. And
I'm
so,
actually. I said, "Oh, I'm so actually relieved to see you. We actually met more Cavendish just down the way. Gaius, didn't you have something to show them or something?"
Oh yes, Gaius pulls out the stone with the symbols, I believe,
okay.
on it. Yeah. Oh, we got a pass or permit or.
And the human turns to the scrawny one and starts, grunting and squeaking and everything. And the scrawny one squeaks back, and the human comes forward and says, "May I?"
Oh, yes, of course.
And takes in, shows it to the scrawny one, takes in, looks at it, and looks at you. Vivalda and Gaius, give me a insight check, please, both of you. Or one of you with advantage.
You know what?
Do
The
you
way
want-
I'm
do you
rolling, Viv. No, the way I'm rolling, Viv. You take advantage.
Take advantage? Sure.
Yes.
14.
That's enough to be able to tell that this Cavendish is kind of looking at you with disdain and looks down at the stone, kind of looks at you, hands it back to the human who brings it back to you. The scrawny one says something to the human, and the human says, "The great dwarf asks where you got that this could be, you could have taken this from one of our brethren that you killed." Vivalda, give me another perception check.
Okay. 11.
Okay, that's enough. You hear running and clanking from your right, and there are about 8 more of them that show up with 2 what you now know to be rat speakers. One's a dwarf, one's a halfling.
Oh, looks like we're having a party.
From the front of this one, there seems to be a leader that, once again, is a little stockier and a little more of what you're used to, although nowhere near the size of the one that you met back in the Mousekins caves. They seem to have some arguing going back and forth, and the leader to the right says something to their rat speaker, who's right across that little broken bridge from you, Vivalda, who's the halfling, and says, "Lord Nog wants to know what's going on. Tell us what is going on." And
Yes,
Reed waves at the halfling. Hi.
the halfling kind of like looks at you briefly and just kind of seems a little confused and looks back to Vivalda, but also periodically is looking over to the scrawny rat across the way, kind of suspiciously.
Well, yes, yesterday we met with the Cavendish and some of the Mousekin people, and we discussed searching for human children, and in return we said we would help find your children up above. We spoke to High Lord Master Warrior, and he gave us the stone. that you see there.
Okay, with the I believe the other rat speaker handed it back to you, Vivalda, and you didn't turn it back
Okay.
over to guys yet when these people ran it up. So the rat speaker across from you says, "May I?"
Sure.
and takes it and then hands it over to their leader, who looks at it, nods, and says something back to him. The rat speaker hands it back to you and says, "My lord says that the fact that you have a human child with you
Yes, we
is
found one.
the evidence we need. What is your purpose in the tunnels here?" And you hear the scrawny ones start to raise their voice a little bit and snarl and say these things, to which the leader that just arrived snorts and basically very sharply says some things back, and you see the scrawny one kind of take a half step back and snarl and look real pissed off. The rat speaker to you, Vivalda, says, "Never mind him. My lord wants to know what your purpose is and what you're doing here."
Like I said, we're just looking for missing children from the surface, and all we want is just to find them and be on our way.
You're going to wander the kingdom with a child?
I look to Gaius.
Well, hello. Yes, guys. Nice to meet you all. Friendly folk, you guys. Yes, we also were assisting for the missing, I think it was Mousekin children as well as
Yes,
one
yeah.
missing. We were assisting with that. This one we literally just found, and to be quite honest, we got a little turned around and lost because we're kind of new here.
Do you know if maybe there's a way out that we can just drop off this kid and perhaps come back and look for more another time?
The rat speaker turns to their leader and says something. The leader looks you all over for a moment, then looks across the way, barks something across the way. The scrawny one takes a step forward and says something back that does not sound like it's probably very nice. The leader that started this barks something again, takes a step forward, puts a hand on an incredibly large blade, to which the scrawny one takes a step back and says something to all their people, and all of them start going back west. The leader, they disappear and head down there. The scrawny, angry one constantly looking over their shoulder and periodically kind of almost stopping, but one of the ones next to them keeps kind of pushing them forward until eventually this scrawny one pushes their paw off them and they disappear into the darkness. Once they're out of sight, the leader of this group pauses a few more moments and says something to the rat speaker that takes a little while, who then turns to you and says, "This is unorthodox, but my lord says we can take you to the surface, you and the child, for the sake of the child and the fact that you have the stone. But you must follow our directions and do as we say. These are the tunnels of the Cavendish, and we can't have you wandering or knowing our secrets of the tunnels. So you must follow our directions and do as we say. My lord promises you and the child and your friends and your compatriots to take you safely to the surface. He gives you his word, but you have to do as you are told and follow all directions as you are told. If you are in agreement with all of that, then we will take you safely to the surface."
Oh, yes, not a
Works for
problem.
me.
I mean,
Yes.
what few dealings we have had with the Cavendish have all been both pleasant and respectful. So, no problem there.
Honorable people.
Yes.
So far, yeah.
The
And
rat
we're very good at following directions.
rat speaker turns around and conveys this, and you see the leader kind of smile, nod, and turns around and says something to all of their people, to which all of them start rooting through their packs. And
They're going to blindfold us.
they all take out these sacks, and they say, all of them kind of come to each of you. The rat speaker says, we're going to put these hoods over your head. We will lead you, and you're going to have to trust us that we will lead you safely out of here. As stated before, my lord gives you his word and promises you safety out of the kingdom to the land above.
Is it possible to insight check kind of the mass?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Can
Just
I
to
help
make
her with
sure.
that?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. An advantage then?
Yeah.
Ooh, 21.
You feel that this is genuine, that they mean to honor their word, and you also get the feeling from the rat speaker that while he knows that they mean to honor their word, the rat speaker is a little nervous that you might not go with this and is hoping that things don't turn ugly.
Okay.
That
I'll turn to the group and I just kind of nod to the rest of the group to reassure anyone else in the party who might be uneased by this.
Gosh, just nods back.
Is this gonna make my
May I
mohawk
ask-
go away?
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone.
I think it is gone.
Okay.
Okay. So the
May I
Cavendish.
ask, they need me to place butt trumpet on the ground, or can she stay on my shoulders and the hood covers all?
They'll put two hoods on you, but you can continue to hold butt trumpet, in front of you or behind you, either way.
All right.
We should really make me a
Does-
papoose.
I've already.
I like this idea. We shall keep the hoods
Does-
afterwards, hopefully.
Does Tommy need to hold
Great
Butt
free
Trumpet's
hoods.
hand, or what's going to happen to Tommy?
Tommy will
Is he
be
still
hooded as
latched?
well. But can continue to either hold Gaius's hand or one of the Cavendish. It seems that
Yeah,
the
I got him.
Cavendish is looking to guide Tommy.
That's fine. I'm not
Okay.
trying to insult them.
No problem. Okay, so they hood all of you. Before they do it, the rat speaker says, "We are going to hood you, and each one of you will have an escort. You will be periodically turned around so as to disorient you, so that you cannot remember the way that you've come. But we will lead you safely. We will not lead you into any danger, and we will alert you to any areas in which you have to be cautious." The way that I believe my lord is going to take you, there's really none of that you're going to have to worry about. Is that fair and understood?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
that's fine.
Okay. The rat speaker says something loud to all of them, to which the Cavendish show you the hood, and then go. They make the motion to put it over your head, and when you acknowledge that that's okay, they put it over your head. It kind of goes down and covers your head and your shoulders. They then take you by the shoulders, each a hand on your shoulder, and lead you north. And
I'm going to try to memorize it.
Okay, because that's fine. Give
Okay.
me an intelligence check, please, with disadvantage because of the hoods.
Fair. Intelligence,
Can
disadvantage.
Nikita also try to remember, just because we're underground?
Sure, go ahead with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Intelligence, duh?
Correct.
I don't know anything.
I am so smart.
Good God.
Okay. You're doing
You're smarter
fine.
than me.
You're doing fine, both of you. Remembering a couple turns here and there, until you get to an area where they spin you around a couple times and then you're not sure what direction. And this
Okay.
happens about 4 separate times in the course of an hour and a half. You go up stairs 3 separate times. Then you go up. Then you're going through some areas. You can tell from the way the air is that you've gone through rooms, you've gone through tunnels, you've gone through intersections. You periodically hear the dripping of water. You walk through water a number of times. You know it's moist. You hear the slopping of water. You go up and you are cautioned every time you get to a level of steps until you get to a very long series of steps, and the Cavendish guides you through that. You hear a squeaking of metal. You hear the grating of stone. You are spun around about 3 more times. You are the ground. You have some moments where it feels more like dirt, and then it's stone again. Then it feels like dirt again. Then it's stone again. Then you're brought into what feels like dirt again. And the rat speaker says, "Wait here. We will be right back." All of you feel a hand come off you, and the last thing you hear is, "Leave those hoods on. We will know. Do not dishonor us."
Maybe it's been so long. Maybe they're gonna feed us.
And a couple minutes go by.
Nice.
I don't want the food.
And those couple minutes turn into a half hour.
Hello?
That half hour
Viv
continues.
is meditating.
You hear snoring from underneath Gaius's head.
Exactly.
That half hour turns into an hour.
You guys all
I'm
still
trying
there?
to study dirt at my feet to see if I recognize dirt.
Okay,
I spy with my little eye something black.
Yeah.
You can't really see because you're not sure if it's because of the hood or because of where you are is dark.
Okay.
But you don't hear anything around you, and now it's like an hour.
I'm really hungry. Maybe we should take the hoods off. No?
I'm nervous
I
to do
don't
that.
think so, Reed. I honestly
some
wouldn't be
sort of-
surprised if they were waiting for us to do that. This is like a testing type game thing. The dwarven guards do this all the time. They're real assholes. Nothing personal to if anyone's just testing us, but you know.
No, yes, I have experienced things like this as well. Taking
So
orders.
they're just standing out there looking at us?
It's very
Yeah.
well possible.
Okay, about another half hour goes by, and you hear a squeaking of metal, a scraping of metal, like sounding like it's metal on dirt, and you hear, sir, before you go, is this normal? And you hear, what are you talking about? And you hear the squeaking of the metal, the scraping of metal, and you hear that same voice go, "What the hell?" And who's in the front? Is that Reed or Gaius?
I don't know.
well,
Whoever
I thought
the
Viv- I
cabinet
thought
put
Viv
in
was
the
in
We're
the
not
front.
sure.
Okay.
Who put us in the front, Paul?
Whoever
All right,
put
well-
us in the front.
We'll say Gaius, and you feel a couple of hands grab your shoulders and go, "Yo, you okay? Yo, hey."
I was having the most delightful nightmare. Oh. At which point, Gaius just kind of takes the hood
it's
off.
a trick. Don't take it off. Don't take it off.
Oh, we can't see it, guys.
I know.
What do I see, Paul?
Okay, you see a human who's looking at you very quizzically and going, "Are you okay? Where did you come from?" Behind them are 2 large wrought iron doors that go up about 50 feet and have been pulled open a couple feet in what seems like a large cave. And outside those wrought iron doors appears to be daylight.
Well, as you could see by my tattered and ruined body, I was on an adventure.
Well, you
That
smell
didn't
like
go
shit,
well.
he says.
Oh, well, that's part of the problem. It was in the sewers. By the way, if you ever feel like working for the guard, take the jobs that don't say sewer on them. Everyone, it's
How
okay.
did you-
Take your hoods off.
How did you get
Where are
here
we?
from the sewers?
Good question. Where is here?
You're at the entrance to the necropolis.
Oh, cool. Also creepy. Yeah, so
I
needless
take
to
my
say,
hood off now.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into a long discussion because I am so filthy. I feel like running the entire length of the town and diving into the river or one of
Where's
the
the
rivers.
nearest source of water we can get clean?
But
No,
needless to
there's-
say, we found some friendly folk apparently down there, and they escorted us out, but we had to put on the hood things. So
From the sewers, and they brought you
Yeah.
here. There's no entrance
Correct.
to the sewers in the necropolis.
listen, we were hooded,
As
so
far
they
as
could
you
have
know.
walked us in here from somewhere else. I don't, man. We were.
I take off my hood.
I don't
Okay.
want to tell you about the day I've had. All right.
Well, you're lucky.
It's-
If once this is sealed, there have been stories that things have eaten people in here. So you're lucky to be alive.
Yes,
know.
I am in fact lucky to be alive. I was almost eaten multiple times, or dissolved, I guess.
Might
Anyway,
be more accurate.
Okay. Well,
yeah, dissolved, right?
Where's Tommy?
Tommy's right with you.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Still standing there with a hood on.
Oh God, is he still ensorcelled?
Yeah, my thing should have worn off by now. So
Oh, it did. It did.
I'm gonna take off Tommy's hood and just check on him, like, see if he's okay.
Okay, he just kind of is looking around, like, strangely, and then just kind of glassy-eyed, continuing to look around and looking very confused.
Butt Trumpet,
Tommy.
do you want me to put you down next to him, or?
I don't think it would matter now at this point since my charm wore off. So I don't think he'd listen to me either way. Plus, I kind of like it on your shoulders.
Just in case he recognizes you, I wasn't sure.
Do you remember anything, Tommy?
Just kind of continues looking ahead and looking around.
Oh boy.
Oh, we need to take him to like a wizard
What
or
about
something.
your wizard friend? Yeah, the wizard friend of yours, Reed.
He's out of town, right?
Reed still has his hood on, and he's just like you hear him something like they're imitating my friends. They're
I
This is
go
a
over
jet.
there and I just yank the hood off his head. I'm like, damn it, man, get up.
what? Ah!
It's actually okay, Reed. We're good. We passed the test.
Yes,
I think
you're,
we did.
yes,
Eldred,
only dependent man could pass.
Eldred says, "Why don't we drop Tommy off at the barracks?"
Is Eldred saying this with
Yes.
a hood on?
No, Eldred's hood's
Oh,
off.
I was hoping so. Yes, I agree. All right.
And hey, let's
Actually-
show up there just like this.
Actually, if we're near the
We're
those
fine.
big, if we're near those big doors in the cliffside, then we're actually near to his house. I think.
No, his dad's a jerk.
I don't-
Yeah, then you
We
can
have to
Like
show
you should.
proof of finding
Well-
something down there.
And also, the guards would probably have contacts. Maybe they have someone to undo whatever happened to him. I don't know.
Oh, and
Yes.
and we could get our reward too, right?
We're not.
Yeah.
We are not done. We're not
I
done.
know, but we could get some kind of
An
reward.
update. We can give them
Let
an
the
update.
gods know what is down there.
Well, the guy says,
Yeah, I'm
"Look,
not
I don't know anything about the guards or anything like that. You're not, you haven't checked in to gain entrance to Death's Door, so you're not even supposed to be in here. You're definitely
well,
not
we don't-
supposed to
Well-
be in here when the doors are locked.
Well, how do we
Well,
get out?
we
Yes,
will gladly leave.
Can we leave?
Yes."
Yeah.
He says,
Wonderful.
"Follow me," and he takes you through the big wrought iron doors that are about 30 feet wide and about 50 to 60 feet high. Just past them are two large, giant wrought iron gates, and then there's a road that goes east-west that many of you, other than Vivalda, recognize as when you've come from the house. This is the way you took back. Where do you head?
We head
Barracks?
toward the barracks. Yeah.
I say,
the-
yes, say toward the barracks.
Okay.
And if there's clean water nearby, I'm taking a dip.
Okay.
no, you leave that filth on
We need to show them.
because these people are going to know exactly what we went through.
Reed just looks at Viv's head and goes, "That'll prove it."
That won't sum up the whole story. It's
There's
not,
a little
you
bit of
can't-
water just right there.
Eldred, give her one of your spiky things. She liked it.
Oh, I did.
No.
but I
Yeah,
only
Reed's
lost
back to being
Lola.
bald by now.
Okay.
We go to the barracks, Paul.
Okay.
It's
In all,
it's
in
okay,
all of our
guys.
glory.
Eldred
okay, Viv, guys, let's
strokes
wait.
Vivalda's head, and Vivalda all of a sudden has this huge, flowing, boofy hairdo that just kind of looks like it has a life of its own and goes down past her shoulders, and it's
Oh,
like
yes.
it's like orangey red with streaks of gold, and there seem to be butterflies like kind of holding strands up.
Stuck in it.
How do you do this?
He's got too much free time, apparently.
It's wonderful. It's,
Cosmetology.
I definitely can't show this to my father, but it's still wonderful.
Eldred says, "Well,
Why
thank
would
you."
your father care about what your hair looks like?
Oh, it's an elf thing. Hair holds a lot of
Elf
cultural
stuff.
meaning.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's
I lean in.
It might-
I lean
it
into
just-
Nikita and like quietly whisper, "Fucking elves, right?"
I know.
That's the vibe I'm getting. You two might need a
Hear
timeout.
me.
Dude,
Anyway.
Eldred
lean
leans
back
into
to my
Vivalda and
fucking
says,
you.
"Fucking goblets, right?"
you two, no, not now.
I didn't say anything. I didn't
Barracks.
say anything.
Eldred leans
I know you
into
didn't.
butt trumpet and goes, "Fucking clerics, right?"
Classist.
I can't wait. I can't wait until I can just beseech my God to just do me one big solid favor. Oh, it'd be so good.
Okay, so you
Anyway.
head to the barracks. By the way, Reed, at the bridge, you see that going over the bridge, there is water rushing from the two rivers that go on either side of the overlook and meet in the lake. And it's coming down at quite, it's pretty powerful. And where it meets the lake there's docks on either side, and it's pretty deep. So much so that you see boats like docked on either side. As opposed to all the way down at the other end of Fishtown by not too far from the entrance of Downwind, where the docks have ended and there's a little bit of a beach that you were able to go in before. If you dove into the water here by the bridge, it could be a little, you're not
Dicey.
100% sure it'd be safe because of how
Right.
rough the water is here. You make it over to the barracks. And there's two guards at the barracks that you don't recognize once again. What do you do?
Pull out the writ. I'm like, I'm sure you don't want to touch this, but we're here on an update for the thing we're doing for you guys. Obviously,
Okay.
we're the ones that are going in the sewer, if you can't tell.
They go, "Oh, we can tell, all right. God, you stink."
We're well
We
aware.
know.
Okay.
Any person who like looks at Viv, she will like maintain eye contact with too, till they break away.
Gaius has got like that 1,000-yard stare, just kind of like looking past them. Yeah, we just want to update whoever's currently in charge here.
They go, "Okay, you I guess need to speak to Captain Takasha then?"
If they are the one present, then yes.
Okay. If you could just take a couple steps back, all of you, kind of out of nose range, that'd be great, and I'll go and
Yeah.
get them. And the guard turns to the other one, goes, "You going to be okay here?" The other one kind of has a hand over their face with some cloth for, and goes, "Oh, I'll be fine. Just make it quick." And so they go in, and after a few minutes, the captain comes out, looks at you, and
Can I say something quickly to Butt Trumpet before Captain shows up?
sure.
Butt Trumpet, don't let me fucking talk when she shows up. Okay?
Yep.
Spasiba.
Put a bunny in her mouth.
No, I wouldn't recommend that.
I remember Takasha is an elf, right?
Yes.
I stand behind Guy.
Oh,
Takash comes out and immediately like seems to be hit with the smell and kind of stops for a second and says, "Ah, you're back," and sees Gaius with Tommy and goes, "Oh,
Found
you
one.
actually met with some success. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have your writ, please?"
Sure. And he kind of like reaches over and he made sure like he as he was reaching like he wipes his hand on a little. He's like, "Here you go."
And they take it between like two fingers and go, "Fine, I'll be right back. Let me get the contract." And
Okie dokie.
goes and comes back in a while without your writ, just the contract, and says, "Okay, here we go. Okay, so you have one child. The contract
So
states
far.
that you were going to get payment is 100 gold pieces for each child you return. Were you able to discover anything else?"
Oh gosh, yes. They definitely all went into this one went into the sewer and had been kind of charmed, I guess is the best way to put it.
He was
Okay.
like lured
And
there.
it was, let me tell you, a awful way down. And there is so much under the city, it is mind-boggling, to be quite honest. Also, we had almost all our armor and weapons melted as well. Like on top of the muck. That's just
Captain
instead I
says,
got
"Well, that's
soaked for that.
unfortunate."
Yes. No, it's let me tell you, don't. I can see why you hire out for that particular portion of the city. But yes, no, we wanted to come and update you that apparently that the children are going into the sewer systems. So I don't know if you need to maybe update like the grading on like the sewers or something to stop it. Also, it's some kind of magic is associated with it, so I don't know if there's some kind of like wizards like up top that you have contacts with. I'm
Nikita
sure the
is
city has a bunch
pointing
of
and
stuff.
nodding, with trying really hard
Yeah.
not to say anything.
Okay.
Basically,
But
we
you,
want
you see Nikita like nodding and wanting to lean forward, but like gritting her teeth at the same time.
I pretend to like adjust my position while slowly like bringing my hands around and like subtly trying to cover her mouth.
Okay, so you're holding. There you go. You're holding on by lacing your fingers in front of her mouth.
Yeah, like I'm pretending to look at everything, but I'm like very much covering her mouth.
Okay.
When Reed hears Gaius say wizards, he just points at Eldred and then at Gaius and just nods.
we've had a very long couple of days, I won't lie.
Okay, so where roughly in the sewers did you find this child?
Okay, so when we used your entrance, we went down a couple of levels and headed generally northward.
Okay, levels.
Yes.
Ah.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting. And
Yeah,
north.
there's
Gone through like holes.
in north. Oh yeah, we definitely there was a couple of holes we fell through. It was a whole
Okay.
debacle. Hence the goo.
Okay, and we still don't know what's causing the disappearance.
No, but I can at least when we found this child, he had been ensorcelled. There was
Okay.
magic about him, and he was in a mostly this kind of state. Even
He
less
still seems to be.
reactive.
Okay. All
Also, don't know if you need some I don't know what kind of I'm a decent healer, but I'm more like combat healing medic kind of thing, not whatever this is.
Well, we will take this child and get them cleaned up and to a healer to make sure that they're okay. And the healer has access to people who, if there is magical things to take care of, they have people that they can have take care of that as well.
Tell them his name, guys.
Oh yes, this is Tommy. I had actually met him a couple days, I guess, before he disappeared. Oh, by the way, his father is like just a giant piece of trash. He was literally, even though knowing that kids have been
I
disappearing,
cover Tommy's
sent
ears.
his kin by himself to go throw trash in the bitch. I mean, what the hell? So, needless to say, when you give him to the healer, you might want to find somebody else to take care of him. I don't know if you guys have a. I know, like my church, we've taken people that have had a rough time in life, maybe get raised up.
Okay,
You seem like a nice kid.
the captain has a clipboard. Says really, and
Hmm.
flips over the contract and some other paperwork, and says, yeah, Tommy was declared missing like just in the past couple of days, actually. So you said that the father has been sending him to the bitch.
To deposit trash, yeah. Like,
That
just completely disregarding the welfare of a child.
that
And I
is
told him
pretty.
if I found out, I would definitely communicate this to the guard. Like, if you continued, I would communicate this with the guard and, let you guys handle it. I assume that's something you do.
Well, that's pretty extreme. For a small child to go all the way from Splatterfields to the bitch with garbage.
Yes, it's shockingly. It's the thing is with him. It's what was also surprising. I don't think we found him wherever his ultimate destination was. We kind of intercepted him like on the way, but at that point, we were so banged up. It was kind of we had to get out.
Okay, is there anything else? Hold on. Let me get since there's no other information. Let me go and get you your payment. And
Excellent.
goes and comes back and hands you a pouch and says, "You're welcome to count it. It's 100 gold pieces."
Oh no, you're very thorough.
Okay. Is there anything else that you can tell me that would be helpful?
Oh gosh. Obviously we're gonna, go back
There is
down at some
something-
point.
If you want to enter and send others, there's something called a mouse turd. And it's very polite. If you just give it something of yours, it will let you pass and it lets you go on. And then
It's
I
a
hide
big
behind
pile of
Gaius
poop.
again.
As you've stepped out, this captain kind of looks at you and the eyes squint a little bit, and you can see that she's kind of clocking your ears a little bit and then looking you up and down and looks
Oh,
at your
by the
head.
Yeah, I
way,
hide behind Gaius after I'm done talking.
we got
bright red.
we got dissolved real well, like skin and stuff too, hair obviously.
I walk up to Nikita walks up to the captain and points at her helmet, trying to make her look away from Vivalda.
Yes. Hey, Captain. I don't know if this is. I doubt it's a standard practice, but the next time we are going to go down in the sewer, obviously we need to rest and recuperate just a little bit. Clean. I was curious if we could borrow some stuff from your armory, like if you have extra chainmail or something. That way we don't, die.
Well, unfortunately, the guards are not in the habit of lending out armor and weaponry. That's a little
That's
outside
understood.
our. Okay,
Understood. I just figure it's like it can't hurt to ask. It just
no
it
problem.
was
Well, when you come back, and the captain hands off the child to one of the guards and says, "Take them to the hospital. Will you be so kind?" And the guard says, "Certainly, Captain." And
His
take
slingshot.
the slingshot.
Do you want to return it?
oh yeah, give the good.
Yeah. Pass that along. Tuck it in his little pocket.
What do you do, Vivalda?
Oh, but Trumpet has the slingshot.
Oh, okay. Oh, you tuck that into their pocket. The
Yeah.
guard kind of looks at you, Butt Trumpet.
He dropped it on his way there. We were just making sure he has everything.
The guard just kind of nods and says, "Thanks," and they go through the doors. The captain says, "Well, very good. We will see you the next time you're ready to go in. So you know, when I was looking at this, the next time you're ready to go in, let us know. We're going to have to write up another contract because the one that we gave you actually expired this past weekend. But being that you were able to bring back a child, I certainly wasn't going to consider it null and void and not pay you. So,
Much appreciated, Captain.
you know, I wanted to at least get you payment for the one child. So, just don't tell anyone. It's a little unorthodox. It's going kind of against the rules.
Tell anyone what?
Exactly. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm expecting, I think, not at the same time, but I have 2 other groups that are going to be going down to the sewers later today as well. So I have to get their paperwork together. Yes, they
More
they answered.
adventurer type or guards?
Certainly not guards, adventurer types, actually.
I was about to say, don't send your people down there. It is just awful.
That's why we hire
Yeah,
out
make
for this
sure-
particular job.
Make sure they bring an offering for the mastered.
It's like an elemental, I think, is kind of what it gave me the impression, you know.
It's poop.
But water, no, it's with water. Definitely water.
Nikita
element.
nods and points at Reed.
The captain just kind of squints and looks at all of you and says,
Gaius is just sitting there,
Right.
2 fingers massaging his temples. He's like, yeah, it's whatever they said. Sorry for taking up more of your time. We're leaving. I need to
okay,
throw
well,
people in the lake. Maybe some of them will drown.
they go, well, good luck. And the captain kind of backs away and goes through the door and leaves. So,
Gaius turns and just walks straight for the water line and just walks in it.
okay, you'd
Wait,
have
you
to
got
jump
the
off. You'd have to jump off the dock.
Oh no, no, we're gonna walk over to the fish town, where the beach was that we used the last time.
Okay, that beach is about 2 hours away.
Oh sorry. Oh
That's
shit.
that's the far eastern side of the eastern districts.
As
So there's
eastern as the
nothing-
district gets.
Exactly.
So there's
What
no
time
like
of day
easy
is it?
beach access.
It is about late morning. You're assuming
Well,
the
Are
day
we
after
close enough?
after you left to go in. You were in the sewers yesterday, kind of
Yeah.
mid to late afternoon.
Yeesh.
Okay.
So do you head back
Very
to the
stepped
Stone's
away.
Throw?
I
unless there's a
definitely-
source of water to wash off nearby.
Not
then-
without jumping off the docks.
Then no. We head to the Stone's Throw.
Okay, to make things quick, we'll say that you get to the Stone's Throw.
We go to the back door.
Okay. We'll say that everyone gets their baths because you're not going anywhere near inside.
Ooh.
Mrs. Wiggins and Betty are basically, they both kind of set you up and everything, get things situated. After you get your baths, what do you want to do?
I definitely, you said since my hair was patchy and then stubble in some parts, I definitely just, shave it so it's all the same
Okay.
length.
Well, when I say patchy, meaning there's patches of stubble. Everything else is down to
Okay.
skin.
It's bald.
Yes.
Got it. Never mind. I'll wait till it grows out and then I will
Okay.
even it out.
I think Reed has a unnecessarily large amount of scarves. You just tie it around your head.
Okay.
I do have a
Ooh, I
bunch
could.
of...
Yes. Can I have one?
Nikita would like to ask for help shaving her head since hers is patchy with the
Yes.
helmet.
Okay.
I can help with that.
Ah,
Great.
I think Gaius has just been stripped of all hair from his head.
You have
tell
some
him in.
patchy. You on one side of your face, you have some patchy beard.
No, it's got to be even.
Okay. Otherwise, it's all flesh.
Yes.
Okay. So after the baths and all that's taken care of, the baths and the shaving and similar
The
things,
Distribution
Um,
of scarves and hats.
distribution of
Guys.
scars and razors.
Gaius, I just remembered. Did you? You said you wrote down the message from the Mousekin to the place
Oh, yes.
on
Um,
the docks.
Oh, and let's see, where did that one go? It was on this notepad over here. Pretend he's taking out his glasses, put those on. Those survive somehow. Let's see. It was another note that was only
It
dependent
was
on naval
about 3
pass.
large ships.
Yes. The favor we owe. We go to the Far West docks, to the dock workers guild hall. Talk to guild member Benjamin Willard. Tell him the time has come. 3 of the largest ships. You know how we like it.
And to keep it
Boom.
secret.
Oh yes.
Hot. Some like it hot.
Don't know if that's what that meant.
Okay, so after the baths, what does everyone do?
Drink and eat
Eat.
real food.
Okay.
Mostly drink.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you go in and you start eating and drinking, and as you're Vivalda, as you go in, I'm assuming that the ladies probably bathed first. As you go in, the male bartender, Seamus, sees you come in through the door and kind of motions for you to come over.
I go over.
Okay. Everyone but Vivalda, if you could take off your headphones, please. At first, he looks at you and he goes, yeah, and they turn, he was cleaning a glass, looks up and says, I was what? Oh. Wow. You had a rough time, it looks like.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I have I don't know if this is rude or not, but if it is rude, please forgive me, because I really don't know. What I wanted to ask was, what sort of an elf are you?
You don't worry about asking that. I'm a wood elf.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's good to know. All of you look like, I saw you walk. I went into the kitchen. All of you look a little rough. Are you kind of done for a little? You going to be resting here for a while? It looks like.
Oh, perhaps I think once I get the coin sorted out, I might see what else this. I would like to see it out. So perhaps we're resting, and
Okay.
I'll just kind of go with the flow of things. I guess.
Okay. There was an elf that looks not dissimilar from you up in the Overlook. They seem to be a little on the snooty side, actually. He has a sword. It's a very fancy looking sword. Some people. Do you know of any wood elves that might be here in the city, especially in the Overlook, hanging out amongst the wealthy, perhaps?
You know, I don't know. Did you catch his name or any other information?
No, he seems to be kind of keeping a low profile, but that sword has kind of people have noticed, and there have been all sorts of rumors about it. And I was wondering if you knew this person, if you knew anything specifically about the sword.
I don't entirely know anything about the sword.
Okay. Well, I just thought I'd ask. And he pours a very large, what's probably more like a double or triple shot of whiskey, and puts it across the bar and says, "Here, you look like you need this, so this is on me. I appreciate the conversation."
Of course. He's up in the Overlook, you say?
That's where he seems to be at the moment, yeah.
She's gonna down the shot.
He kind of looks at you kind of sideways a little bit like, did I touch a nerve?
No.
No, the look is saying that. He doesn't actually say that.
Oh, okay.
But you kind of catch it out of the corner of your eye.
Elves, right? Have you heard any other news? Like, is he looking for somebody in particular?
He was just seen, and it was he's not from the Overlook, is how it became noticed, and
Yes.
I was curious because it's not often you see really fancy swords that have rumors like that going on.
Yes. Of course. Thank you for telling me.
Oh, well, thank you for offering up what you could.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was there any other reason you were asking? Like, he's not doing anything bad, is he? He just
I don't know.
looks.
I don't know what he's doing or who he is or anything. I just, the rumors piqued my curiosity. That's all. We
Of
don't.
course.
I don't. I'm just a lowly bartender. You don't get to hear like fanciful stories like that too much of.
Yeah.
With the rumors.
Of course. Yeah. Well, there's definitely no relation between me and an elf with a magic sword or anything like that.
Magic.
I don't. I thought perhaps. I think I might go up to my room. I think this whiskey was really strong, and I need to sleep after a crazy day. I've seen so much magic lately. I just assume everything's magic now.
Really?
Yeah,
Maybe we can talk about that sometime. You look like you need some rest, but hopefully we can continue our conversation. Drinks will be on me.
perhaps. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you could give the swirl of the finger, I'd appreciate that. Okay. Nikita, as you've come in to the room, you see Vivalda talking to Seamus the bartender and then kind of backs away and starts heading up the stairs to her room.
All right.
And everyone else is finishing up their baths. They come in. The rest of you come to come to a table or go up to your rooms first. Which do you do?
Well, Reed goes up to get scars for whoever wants them, and then
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I will take one as well.
Okay.
Alright.
To speed things up, since we're at the end of the night, you go up there. Everyone kind of gets dressed in a fresh change of clothes, whatever they need. Vivalda, do you stay up in your room or do you come back down?
No, I come back down. And Viv's gonna eat breakfast with you guys, but she is on edge.
Is everything okay?
Wonderful. Everything is fine. I think I do want to walk around the town a little bit today, perhaps. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Are you gonna
Resting.
Yeah.
Viv, are you doing your best impression of that other elf? You're the only two elves I know, and I like you, but you're acting weird like the other one right now. Are you sure you're okay?
What other elf are you referring to?
The captain one that I can piss off by looking at.
Yeah. What do you want for breakfast? What should we eat?
Bacon.
That was subtle.
Bacon.
Wow. Anyone else want to try?
If she doesn't want to share, she doesn't have to share. But
I'm just saying.
I mean,
okay.
Maybe she wants her share of the money.
I actually
No,
do
that's-
kind of want that. But there's something that's kind of sort of happening, and I don't know exactly whether it's it. Either way, it's honestly So I'm not good at this. I'm kind of.
How about you blink twice if it's safe for you to tell us what's going on?
Do I need to leave the table? That's usually what happens here.
Oh
I
no,
have to leave
you're
the
fine
table.
there.
Oh, okay.
No. All of you are wonderful.
Is it anything we
And-
can help with?
I don't know. There might be somebody I need to talk to.
I thought
In
you were
which
gonna say kill.
case, no.
Oh.
Either way, we can help.
Yeah.
I
What?
appreciate it, but this is a particularly personal thing I'm dealing with. There's a person whom either I might be looking for or they might be looking for me, and in which case I should probably go scout it out stealthily alone. In case it is who I'm looking for. But if it's the person who's looking for me, then I should be extra stealthy and get away. But I'm not like a bad person or anything. Nobody's like after me. I'm not like wanted or anything. I should specify that. It's
Eldred says that's exactly what a bad person would never say.
I don't.
Eldred says, I'm kidding.
Reed takes a big bite of bacon and he just looks at Viv and is like, "It's okay if you are. We've all done stuff."
Eldred says, I have to go and see some people as well. So you do what you have to do. And what I found with this group is I think we're going to be keeping the Stone's Throw as our kind of where we're hanging in between doing whatever we're doing. So you do what you have to do. And whenever you're done, just come find us. And if you need us, come find us.
I definitely will. I don't know how long I'll be, but there's something I should do, and I should try and do it on my own for now. But I will possibly, if I'm gone a long time, maybe write and I'll have the letters sent here, or perhaps you'll see me again soon.
Well, as a wizard, I can tell you, feel free to always send a spellogram.
A spellogram?
Oh.
I can't tell if he's kidding. Is he kidding?
Where's the drinks? I ordered
I was going to
drinks.
suggest a hexed message.
I don't know how to a hex message.
I'm gonna drown myself.
I don't know. I've never cast magic before, but I am quite interested in learning magic. But if you could show me how to cast a spellogram, I would totally do that. I mean, I could spellogram you guys.
You're full of shit.
Nikita puts her hand on Vivalda, wherever's
Letters
closest,
work fine.
hopefully a shoulder or arm, and just says, "Look, I think we all consider you a friend. So if we can help, let us know. Otherwise, come back and see us when you can. And if anyone asks about you, should we not know you or should we know you?"
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You can not know me, maybe.
Understood. I just like having these things clear because anyway. Yeah.
Unless
I'll forget
Maybe
that.
if somebody says like, "Oh, have you seen a Vivalda?" Say like, "Oh, I've seen a Liv, not a Viv. I've seen an Olivia." You could say something like that.
Oh, don't
That
worry.
way, it's like you're sort of lying, but you're not.
Is this
I'm really good
Livia
at that.
a bald kick-ass sort of elf?
They will have to be very specific.
Oh, don't. I'll obscure whatever information I give them to the point where they don't know where they are anymore.
do
I'll
that.
just
Do
awkward.
that. I think that'll be
I'll
good.
just-
That'll be good.
I
Unless
just do it just to fuck with people, really.
if they wear armor like mine, then you can know me.
Okay.
This is getting complicated.
It's always complicated.
If they are a warden, I am a warden. If they are a warden, specifically, if one comes by and he says his name is Idwin, I doubt he will, but if he ever does, and he asks for me, you may say where I am and that you know me.
Got it.
If it's anyone else, no, don't do it.
If he's called Idwin Ever, we know you.
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, don't.
if you send a letter to the Stone's Throw, can you make it to me? I never get letters here.
Sure. Yes, of course. I'll write to you, Reed. Sure.
Thank you.
You get telepathic messages from your wizard friend on the regular. What are you talking about?
But you guys all got letters, I think. I never get a letter.
While this exchange is going on,
I got one thing
lean
from the
in
Duke that one time.
Butt trumpet? What was
lean in
that?
to hug. While that exchange is going on, I lean in and hug Viv, and I look up at her and I say, "Please be careful."
You too, little friend.
Okay, so you need some cash. There's 6 of us, so it'd be like 15 gold apiece from the 100. Here's 15 for you, Viv, and here is the 15 from me personally because I would have been dead if you didn't catch me there. So
Oh, that's not necessary at all, but
but just think of it as an advance. You could pay me back later by, I don't know, saving me again
Sure,
at
I'll
another point in
definitely
time.
come back. I would definitely come back. Thank you.
Please do. You're my favorite. just glares at Reed like, it's because you're funny.
I'll definitely use this too to restock on some weapons and
Stuff.
shield. Yes,
I
thank
forgot
you.
to feed the bunny.
Elder
Oh,
goes, so
don't
that's
worry. I'm
how
sure
it
it took
is,
care
huh?
of itself. Eldred, what are you talking about, Eldred? I gave you cash too. I broke it up 6 ways.
I'm talking about the favorite part. It's okay.
Eldred, you and I have this wonderfully caustic relationship. Don't sully it with nice words.
I prefer toxic.
Whatever.
Okay.
With all the hair burned off my body, I've kind of got like this acid pun thing going on right now.
Okay,
What color is the
Kojak.
scarf you gave me, Reed?
Green.
Okay. With that, why don't we call it an evening? Before we go, we'd like to say a great big thank you to Brianna as Vivalda. Tonight was Brianna's last night with us until she can hopefully join us again. Brianna, would you like to tell everybody why you're leaving and what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, of course. So I am going to be in a show, Bye Bye Birdie, at the Caneo Players Theater. It's in California, Thousand Oaks area. I'm going to be part of the teen chorus, so we're going into all of our rehearsals and performances. Our opening day is March 25th, so going to be really busy with singing and dancing and acting lately. But once all my shows are done, hopefully, I'll be back here again as Viv.
Awesome, and you are definitely welcome back. Okay.
Please come back.
We'll miss you.
I'll probably be a new character by then.
Oh no. Don't jinx it.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be fine. I say things in jest all the time.
But unfortunately, these things are never forgotten. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Now that they've survived their first real foray as a group into the sewers, we'll see what brings them, whether it's a second foray or something else. So tune in next week to find out. Same Grognard time, same Grognard channel. If you're not caught up, feel free to check us out on YouTube, where we have a bunch of videos of past episodes there. Feel free to follow us here on Twitch, and we're getting awfully close. And thank you to the Redditors who followed us recently after my post. It's greatly appreciated. With all that, we wish all of you well. No matter what you do, no matter who you're with, or wherever you go, remember, be kind.